Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shane, and this is Shane's Games, and tonight we're going to be playing Kona. This is going to be our very first time playing it, so you haven't missed a thing. But if you ever want to see some other games, maybe something a little obscure, unusual, maybe something nostalgic, some sort of game played start to finish, then look at my info below. You'll see a link to my YouTube where I archive all my streams. And you can check that out if you're looking for something else to watch. But if you're here tonight and you need this to watch, then stick around. Let's get into Kona. Well, I guess these are the save slots. Kind of an interesting visual for the save slots. Cool, alright, so let's get into it. I know next to nothing about this game, so this is blind as all hell. So, this should be interesting. Loading! Like that little thoom right as you get into the loading screen. Let you know it's intense. Getting crazy. That is a pretty intense loading screen. I appreciate any loading screen that has a little spinny thing at the bottom so I know it hasn't locked up. Oh hey, I get a car. Northern Quebec, October 1970. Or sorry, Quebec.
Charles sought information for a living. That is to say that ever since he returned from Korea, after having served with the armed forces, he had been working as a private investigator in Montreal. William Hamilton, a rich industrialist, had gotten in touch with him regarding a simple vandalism issue. Nothing to write home about. Not worth hiring a private eye either, just so he can drive for hours on rough roads. But that's how it had always been. The client pays, Carl gets it done.
Alright, and now I'm in full control of this car here. That's pretty neat already.
They had set up to meet at the general store, his client's business. Well, actually, the entire village had William Hamilton's name written all over it.
Literally? That could be kind of messy. Let me know if the voice is too quiet or anything and I can turn it up or down from where we are, but it sounds pretty good from me over on this end. So yeah, starting out with me in a car, that's unusual for a survival. You crash it, of course, smile. Go right to the violence. Go off the rails! Don't do what the man wants you to do in the game.
Roads were bad, muddy, or snowed in. It was customary around these parts to close them off. But it was also customary to ignore those signs entirely and drive there anyway.
Alright, that sounds very backwoods. Let's poke around here a little bit. The rest stop. Got a ranger station right there, it looks like. Outlast started a car too! Trav, you're killing me! Let's hope we don't get any of that going on here. It's grim tidings right there. If you don't crash it, it's not survival enough. No! That's going to be my first tool. Usually in survival games, your first tool is an axe or a fire. No, I start with car. Screw you. I'm the best at survival. Oh, wow. Actually get a good look at the surroundings over here. The thick forests of Quebec, as they say in the territory. Ooh, and there's some stuff in here, too. Like hand warmers. Pincers. More, oh, fire starters is what that is. They look like hand warmers. Alright, cool. Got my first survival tools already. Good deal. Steal it all. Yes, smile. That's what you do in survival games. Everyone's stuff is your stuff if they can't kill you when you try to take it. Mine now. Surely no one owns that stuff. Of course they do. I own it now. You know what they say, possession is 9/10 of the law. And I possess all. Hey! An empty bottle! Yay! Of course, Mike, it would make perfect sense for my character to just grab an empty bottle and go, oh god, yes, shoving that in my pocket immediately. Same rules in RPG games. Is that a locked box? No? Of course it's mine now. Right? I mean, in an RPG, you'd be wandering inside of people's houses and just scooping things off their shelves into your pockets. At least I haven't started doing that yet. Manistan! It will be good! That's an odd slogan. What do we got here? Oh, is that it? That's the entire... Ah, here we go. Northern Quebec and its inexhaustible resources. The province of Quebec sits on an inexhaustible abundance of natural resources. Why not take advantage of this? Our valuable minerals could travel the world and reach places as far as Dallas, USA. Get involved and invest now. Quebec's economic might will be awakened. At the heart of the wilderness, the north is swarming with wolves, caribous, bears, partridges, fox, snowy owls, and hordes of other majestic creatures that are every bit the equals of Africa's wildlife. We are the Africa of America. Come discover the north and experience a genuine white jungle. Wow, they are really pitching this snowy wasteland really heavily. Alright, looks like that's all there is to read there. Disgusting bun bottle, dude. Bin bottle. There you go. Now, I guess this is kind of a house. It's a little bitty house. Not much to steal, though. Just that little flyer. That's disappointing. I wanted to loot things. There's a phone, but I can't use it. But I am going to leave the door open because I don't give a fuck. There's going to be raccoons nesting in there. In minutes. I don't even care. That's how I feel about the topic.
Never mentioned a road-blocking barrier. Why was it needed here in the back of Beyond?
A good question.
Would, however, be a mystery for another day. Carl had waited long enough for someone to come and raise it.
Alright. You might need to refresh Drav. I totally did change the stream game, but it might not show up until you refresh real quick. Give me a refresh real quick and see if that helps, if you could. I'm gonna tab out and double check real quick. I might not have hit update information. That could have been it. Oh, but you expected Metro? Yeah, I expected Metro too, Shira. Unfortunately, what happened is Metro was pinning my CPU. So it was kind of screwing up, so we had to switch games for tonight. And hey, Shira, thank you for the host and welcome into the stream. Good to see you tonight. Alright, so luckily it looks like it wasn't, I didn't find anything clever. It looks like I would have had to go up in that guard tower to find the thing to break the lock. Oh well.
Still not a soul in sight.
I have to hold the button down.
Any longer. Carl had to figure this one out by himself.
I'm Carl,
Hamilton
I suppose.
Was waiting for Carl in the general store. It was time for him to get down to business.
Alright, so I'm Carl, and I'm going to meet somebody named Hamilton. Just woke up beautiful. Carl. Shoot the zombies, Carl! Do you know where Carl is right now, Smile? Not in the damn ranch, that's where he is.
Hamilton enjoyed a lavish country house built in the very heart of the northern forests. Not too far from here.
Alright, nice leisurely drive through the
local populace
forest.
Was divided when it came to the affluent man. Some saw a wealthy philanthropist dedicated to improving the region's economy. Others an aging Englishman who would do anything to further his fortunes. And those ones hated him enough to go on about scheming against him.
Carl! Carl!
Hamilton had recently acquired a few local businesses, but the last straw was the reopening of a mine, which gave rise to a wave of protests and threats from the Cree people.
Alright. So it looks like the car pretty much maintains its speed. I don't need to hold down forward. That's interesting. Whoa!
In these circumstances,
Can't really see out of this window very well.
A number of people must be feeling compelled to oppose Hamilton in one way or another.
Also, my rear view mirror is fucked.
His house had been a target, but soon enough, Carl thought, the target would become the man himself.
Oh, my radio just went out. Alright, so people have been vandalizing Hamilton's house because he's a rich dude and they hate him. And that's what I'm coming here to investigate, if I'm understanding correctly. Oh, jeez! My car! Hello? Am I dead? A few hours later. Sweet. I'm not quite dead. Maybe. Or unless we open on our corpse. Not dead! Woo! Oh, I'm in bad shape, though.
Get out of there. The cold and the pain required urgent care.
At least that one happened in a cinema, so it's not totally my fault. Alright, so I see the little fire down, so I presume that means I'm getting cold. Ooh. You just so sheer. Title screen. Alright, so... Car still drivable? Car is still drivable. Carl is in bad shape. He needs to heal his wounds and warm his body up before going any further. Alright, so...
I wondered how long he would have to endure this skin-stinging cold.
Good question.
The driver had taken off. It was still best to check it out and leave nothing to chance.
Yeah, let's see what we got in here.
Helm.
I could be an ice bear. I probably wouldn't be like cold if I was an ice bear, though.
It was a small, locked box engraved with the letters W.H. Carl thought about taking it. Nothing was to be left to chance.
Ah, interesting. Ah, first aid kit. There we go. How do I use
In the
that?
country, his last hope was to find an abandoned garage or a farm by the roadside. His life depended on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get somewhere warm or else I am in big trouble here. I see a break in the road, or is this the road? Ah, I see a building. South Atamipek, I think that's how you pronounce it. When under stress, Carl is less accurate and runs shorter distance. Alright, so the green thing is my stress meter. Is, I believe, what I'm understanding right there. Alright, this looks like a little hut or something. How do I get in? Heat sources prevent Carl from freezing to death and save the game. I like the sound of that. Here we go. A little lamp there. I think that's providing light, but not necessarily heat.
Better than he had hoped. Carl Faubert had succeeded once more.
Woohoo!
And was now on his way to new adventures.
Alright, let's warm up a bit, shall we? Oh, I'm missing something. I need a log. Alright, so I need fuel to start the fire. Where do we find some logs? I'm getting a bit cold here. Oh, here we go. Just grab a bunch, can't I? Sweet, this looks like an infinite log source. Alright, so yeah, my inventory is full there. I don't know how to access the inventory yet.
Carl. He would not hold up much longer.
Alright, we got it.
To warm himself.
There we go. Alright, so that's helping my stress and my warmth meter. Good deal. Alright, so how do I access my inventory? I haven't seen it yet. We didn't start the fire because we didn't have the stuff we needed to do it. Alright, and I am warm again. Good deal. Alright, so here's my inventory.
Carl, ever diligent in his work, always carried his log on him. He scribbled down thoughts and leads alike during the course of his investigations.
Alright, so a case of vandalism, meeting at general store tomorrow, 11 a.m. The weather is crazy here, an error margin of 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's supposed to be nice and sunny and 52 degrees Fahrenheit. And it definitely isn't outside, most definitely not. Alright, so there's me, Carl Faubert, from Montreal, age 42. I'm a private detective. It pays the bills along with my veteran's pension for my time in Korea. Usually I'm hired to track unfaithful husbands, but divorces are expensive, so infidelities are scarce these days. William Hamilton hired me. He had a check and many promises, and I really wanted to leave Montreal. And Lake Atamipek is the perfect place to get away. When you want to leave, you leave. I do understand that you want to be alone in the cold now, Shane, regarding what you did. Hey, limited time gamer, welcome into the stream. How are you doing this evening? Good to see you. Alright, and this is the guy that hired me, William J. Hamilton from good old Chicago, age 55. A rich industrialist, much hated and much loved. Anything that isn't his in the Maniston region he wants. Buying is his only power. Hamilton has complained time and time again of being persecuted. Sometimes he'll say it's the people of Lake Atamipek. Wow, I'm never going to get this. Atamipek. Sometimes the Cree people. Sometimes he says he deserves it. When you exploit people, the least you can do is stay away from them. Alright, those are all the profiles I've got so far. And no photos. Alright, cool. Chicago, right? Doing good, just been mucking around with the video settings. So, geez, you having some troubles too today, LTG? Alright, so let's see. My health is down, so I need to go into my inventory. And let's see, what have I got here? Am I still missing something? Where's the health? I know I got a little health thing. I don't see it here. That's odd. Got an empty bottle. That's nice. Unusual. What am I missing here? I assume the chains from that icon are for my tires. Maybe it was automatically used since I don't see it in there. That's weird. Been using Twitch quality settings for uploads, but I'm experimenting with post-video commentary to get the big quality increase. Ooh, that sounds nice. Good luck to you, LTG. Alright, so I've got a map. Check them. Oh, that's an unsophisticated map, but I can see myself in my car on there at least. So there's that. Guess I'll take that for now. Oh, consumables. That's probably where I had to go. First aid box. Alright, so now I'm back at full health too. So I'm warm and at full health. Should be in good shape then. Alright, so it looks like my inventory is weight-based. I can only carry around a certain amount of weight before I can't continue on. Alright, so having done that, I need to get back to my car. I'm just going to keep getting colder, I suspect. Though I should check at the top of this tower real quick. Since there were supplies at the top of the first guard tower, there may be some supplies in this one, and it's going to be useful. Nope, of course, nothing up there. Ah, well, it's worth a look anyway. It is a very pretty game. I like the aesthetic so far. Alright, so let's see. I came from this way, I believe, so let's get back to the car quickly as possible. I think it was this way anyway. I can see how it would be very easy to get turned around in this game. That's a bit spooky. The car is still snowed in, will not move without help. Oh, lay the chains, right. Get the snow chains on there. Do I have to get them all 4 tires, or... Before leaving, Carl needs to explore and leave nothing behind. Oh, jeez. Alright, we gotta look around a little bit, I suppose. What do I need to explore? This seems a little dangerous. Not sure what they want me to explore here. Coral! Check out by the car again, but I think I saw everything there was to see here. Yeah, oh, there's a glove box. Alright. Photo of Isabel.
Such heart-wrenching Nordic poetry that was. But Carl didn't care much about flowery language.
Isabel, you give meaning to everything. When you disappeared, so did purity. I would defend purity against the winds, the tides, against ice and blizzard. Alright then. Alright, was that what I needed then? Let's take a look and see if that was what we needed. Yep, that was all we needed. Just had to find that picture. What Carl that kills people. Alright, so this is cinema right here. I'm not controlling the car. You can tell because of the little black bars at the top and bottom. Ice, ice, baby! Alright, so we're back in the car. We'll move it again. Ooh, I am driving here. Thought it was a cinema for a second there, but no, we're moving. Alright, so we need to find this general store then. See what we can find there. I'd have defended a certain lovely half-demon against ice and blizzard. Puns are leaving you ice cold. Oh, terrible. Wow, you really can't see on this road. I can't see a damn thing here. This is very dangerous. Is this even the way I'm supposed to be going? If so, I'm going to drive right off this damn road if I can't see anything. That's not a little spooky. Deadly Premonition Winter Edition? Exactly, except it hasn't been nearly weird enough to be Deadly Premonition yet. Needs to be much weirder if we're going to do that. Oh, hey, a sign. What do we got here? The Manistan region.
2 acres of untouched forest, bellowing caribou, everlasting snow, and undefiled lakes. The Manistan region was no tourist hub. It was said to have been populated for millennia by Cree people, and ever since the industrial era, by the metal mining industry.
It's Shady's too cool. Yeah! Bam, ba-da. Slaps on the sunglasses. Puns. Puns, the most beautiful of all language. Alright, so the guy was buying up all the property in Manistan, so I assume this is the way we're going. See, can I check the map while I'm in the car? Is that a thing?
Now wasn't a good time to wander about. Hamilton was still out there.
Alright, let's see. Alright, I can check the map, that's good. So, of course, Hamilton doesn't seem to be marked here, but it looks like there's a little something on the road up ahead. So we'll keep going for a bit and see what that is. And I guess we'll stop there.
Carl's military training had made him a very punctual man. Being late to his meeting with Hamilton was out of the question.
Puns and buns, two wonderful things, hey Brett, I agree completely. Now, this thing doesn't control spectacularly in the snow either.
The store was close by.
Alright, he says it's close by. It's good enough for me. Oh, we got a little loading screen, I assume. The fact I've got a spinny circle in-game makes me think this is an intended loading screen. Yeah, we're good. Was a little odd. I was surprised. Ah, here's the general store. Cool. And I got an achievement for that called Rendezvous. S'il vous plaît. So, the general store. Let's go meet Monsieur Spooky and see what's if he knows what's going on in this town. After we loot everything.
The milkman had to drive by every week to fill the bottles. The fresh milk indicated a recent visit.
Alright, good to know. What do we got here? Postbox? Locked, of course.
Something fell to the bottom of the box.
Ah, so there was something in here. But I need a key to actually unlock it and see what was in there. Keep that in mind. Whoa!
Carl had no trouble recognizing his employer. He had been killed. There was no need to be a detective to figure that out.
Well, damn.
But only a detective could have noticed that the killer had to have been very close. That the fatal blow had been given before the victim even realized.
Well, crap. It's supposed to be a case of vandalism, and now we got a murder on our hands. Alright, let's get some evidence in here. I gotta right-click to zoom. By the way, I've seen Life yesterday. Great movie, I gotta say. If you're up for space movies, I am. I want to check that one out, Shiranui. Surprise, motherfucker! Hey, I want a witch. Welcome into the stream. How are you doing this evening? Pokemon snapped! Yeah, we'll keep that one. It'll be a nice, nice keepsake there from our journey. Here's some trees, and here's some snow, and here's my dead employer. Murdered. Murdered way before his time. Alright,
Carl felt a chill down his spine and had a terrifying realization. If Hamilton was dead, then who was going to pay him?
No! My money! Now we got problems. Maybe there's money in here? This place is a mess. That's an understatement. So Carl said that somebody must have gotten close without him noticing. But then again, this place also got trashed. Torn envelope.
Be inside that envelope. Carl was taken aback. He knew this address.
What?
It was said to be the address of the P.O. box for the Canadian Secret Service.
Wait, the Canadian Secret Service? Mr. John Vaughan, Montreal. Dang it, Smile, did I not? I might not have given you immunity. I'm going to have to look into that. I apologize. I'm going to look into that. Remind me after the stream that I need to make sure that Nightbot isn't kicking your ass. Nightbot just killed a man. My apologies. Type 100 camera outputs, type 600 film, get your facts straight, Gabe. Was that true? I know nothing about photography, so I'll take your word for it. No, man, you can't type too many no's. You've seen me before. I spam all caps in every stream. Alright, so why was there a letter addressed to the Canadian Secret Service? What does that have to do with anything? What's going on in here? Mysterious unbranded cans. Yeah, that's weird. How are you supposed to buy these cans if you don't know what's in them? That's a little...
An explosion suddenly occurred outside.
What the hell? Oh, geez, there goes the heat. I can see it already. Yeah, let's break the lock. Gotta get in here and figure out what just happened here. That's how you bypass the bots. They were asking for maple, so hello.
Maintaining his composure, Carl recalled something from his military training. Wolves always stay away from populated areas.
Yeah, those ones didn't look like they were doing that.
Bears?
Oops. Hello, what is this?
Carl was used to strange phenomena, but a chunk of ice like this, as if an iceberg came out of the ground, that was a first.
Yeah, this is a little spooky, and I noticed the wolf tracks that look like they're coming right out of it, too. Hello. Looks like caribou tracks in the picture.
Prince?
Why?
Carl found a surprise at every turn. Was the camera faulty, or was there a possible lead?
That's strange. Stranger and stranger here. I don't know, I guess. Is there anything I can do with it?
The Polaroid, Carl's long-standing and faithful ally, had seen its share of husbands caught red-handed cheating.
Ah.
There's always something out there waiting to be snapped away.
Ah, the generator had
Carl
a
was no
broken line.
electrician, but he could identify a wiring problem when he saw one.
Alright, so I need some tape and some pliers if I want to fix that, so... Since I don't want to freeze to death, we are going to look into fixing that as soon as possible. Get our flashlight out and see what we can find here. Electricity turned off. Alright, probably going to have to do that so I can repair. Secretary wouldn't be a luxury in here. It's a little odd translation. This was originally a French game, so I heard some of the translations are a little stilted. My camera, this gets closer and closer to Outlast. Oh, jeez. Manistan, Quebec's Klondike. Alright, what do we got here? Northern Quebec's economy is booming. The north of that area's population will soon reach 30,000 souls, among which thousands of happy families will be prospering thanks to the hard labor of their fathers, who will be contributing valiantly in expanding Quebec's national wealth. Mines, hydroelectricity, hunting, and fishing. The true Canadian dream. Turn it into your reality now. The mines, a sector in full expansion. Did you know that in 1960, Canada tripled the amount of resource royalties it collects? Did you know that the country's true source of richness is lying under your very feet at this very moment? The building of our schools and our hospitals depends on minerals. Exploiting our resources. The road to our future. Wow, this guy's sold on it. Quicksand camera obscura now. Country of Manistan and its people wish to see you very soon. Little spooky there, but whatever. Probably not intentional. Let's see what we got here. A lot of post office boxes. The general store also serves as a post office for the locals. Alright. I don't see anything I can steal out of there. Of course, that's the first thing I think since this video game. Ah, fire starters. Good. Keep a couple of those around. Ice cream sandwich, please. Oh, Fatal Frame. I haven't played too much of them, but I played most of Fatal Frame 2, and I really did enjoy that one. That one was fun. Alright, so this is just a way in the back of the general store. Alright. Door's closed, but it's not getting any warmer in here, so we're going to need to move. Let's see. I don't know if I'm going to find the supplies I need to fix that in here. A little sparse for supplies and a little torn up. So I might need to move on. I'm a sucker for the original, but I like the new one too. I think there's, what, 4 or 5 at this point? A broken clock, how convenient, right? And of course the light switch doesn't work because the power's off. Ooh, drawers. Let's see if we can find anything useful in these. Are this like seed or something? Oh hey! There's the duct tape. And some matches. Nice. I'll get some good use out of those. That's half of what I need to repair this. Customer credit.
According to that log, it seemed like the whole village owed some money to the general store. Carl was far more interested in the bunch of nearby addresses he had just gotten his hands on, though.
Yeah, that will be helpful, I suppose. Good deal. I didn't really get into that horror game too much. I was always a Silent Hill Siren guy. Oh man, I love Silent Hill, but Siren irritated the hell out of me. Everything always seemed too obtuse in Siren, for me at least. First Fatal Frame is the best one? Crimson Butterfly. Alright, so I'm hearing people liking the first one and the second one. I am going to need to play Fatal Frame someday. Maybe on stream if I can get a capture card. So we will see. I'll keep that in mind. I appreciate hearing about that from all of you. Nope. Huh. Alright, so I can't get the register open. I'm not sure what it wants from me there. We got another letter over here, though. Sirens Obtuse adds to its charm.
House was in charge of the general store. That made him one of Hamilton's employees. A very angry employee, as Carl could plainly see.
I do like horror games. That might be something to go back to at this point. You know what, Hamilton? I have a frog in my throat. And when people have a frog in their throat, they do not take risks by going to work. Customers could catch it, right? I'm a wise man. Not to worry, I will have a doctor's note, which I'm going to get right now. Sadly, in the meantime, I'll have to close down the shop. Unless you'd like to come fill in for me, I wouldn't dare advise you, after all. You must know how it's done since it's yours now. With kind regards, your dedicated manager Giles. Yeah, that guy's pretty angry. Alright, so then you got a pump thing right there, but I still need to repair the wire before anything, so that's not going to help. Hello, first aid kit. Don't mind if I do. Alright, so I've got some good supplies here at least, but I haven't found that one thing I need. Oh, hey, I can climb it. That's neat. Anything up here? Sherry wine. Delicious. Don't mind if I do. How about the Google lazy? What does obtuse mean? It means, yeah, tricky, hard to use, unclear, things like that. Not in the mood to drink maple syrup. Well, good, might as well check.
A radiator without power is as good as a wood stove without logs.
True fact. Alright. Let's see if we can get this place fixed now. Take a look around and see what we can see. Alright, so nothing much over here, so let's try on the other side. Blood Curse was a bad joke in difficulty. Was it, because it was too hard or too easy? Which way? Clean up in there? No! I'm busy! Found the controls a little clunky? That's always frustrating. Controls can really make or break a game. It's going to be the thing that you remember the most after you play a game, I think. If they're bad, anyway. It's unforgivable, I'd say. It's hard to get over it if a game has really bad controls. Hardware, I'm not sure what that's for. Ah, right, there's the pliers. Alright, I should be able to fix the power now. Let's do a little bit more searching. A little bit of radio. Kurushi Final. I don't think I've heard of that one, limited time gamer. What console is it for? I usually like to try and keep up on horror games when I can, but that one I haven't heard of. That interests me very much. Alright, so next order of business, let's get the power back on. Get us some warmth, get us a little bit of comfort there. Search the trash can, because we're raccoon. Nothing in the trash. I'm disappointed. Heartbroken. My little raccoon heart. Can't take it. PS1 puzzle game. Interesting. What scared you about it, LTG? Alright, so... Alright, good. Generator fixed. Go and turn the electricity back on, because I turned that off before. Sweet. Alright, we're good. So let's take a look around now that we got power. Shut the door, keep the heat in, hopefully. See if anything's changed now that the power is on. It's a little easier to see, at least. Oh, there's some pictures on the walls here. Take a look.
Jumping from that height was akin to tempting death. Perhaps that man on the snowmobile had seen enough of this world already.
Or he's just a daredevil, you know, there's that too. Oh, LTG, I'm sorry, I'll check that out later. Actually, hang on. Let me go ahead and grab that for you. That sounds interesting enough. I appreciate you linking it. Copy that, and that is LTG's link in chat right there, if anyone's curious. Thank you for that. And also, let me put this back, and close that. Alright. Hashtag blame Shane, hashtag fix KOTOR. Hashtag Shave Ichigo, of course.
Picture of the Magasin Lachance store, seemingly taken the day it was first opened. It feels frozen in time, from an era long forgotten.
Oh, there's a scream when you lose. That's just cruel. That's just mean.
Amateur hunters showing some pride at having killed a nice pelted beast. With men like this roaming the area, wolves would become extinct within 10 years, Carl thought.
This place is Canadian as all hell. I kind of dig it. It's kind of nice. Nightbot is mad with power. He's just an angry babysitter. I really like using that term to describe him. He's an angry babysitter. He's just mad about stuff and he doesn't have any chill. It's unfortunate, but I don't know how to give him the chill he needs. It's watching Nightbot the Great. I, for one, welcome our new bot masters. Didn't even travel half of the province of Quebec to come here. Alright, so I don't need the big map. Yeah, I already know the place is a mess. Alright, so I got the light on, I got the power. That's nice. Is there anything I can do with that then? Oh, I can turn the lights off. I don't know if that does me any good. Got the record player playing a jaunty tune. I'll just leave that to its thing. Turn on the pump. Maybe I can refuel the car. Is that a thing I need to do?
The snowstorm pummeled everything in its path. Carl was not surprised when he heard no tone.
Ah, phone's dead, of course. The tried and true horror movie cliche. We got nothing. Alright, so I'll see what happens now that pump's turned on. But we're gonna have to go out in the storm again. Nightbot is the mother I've always wanted. Glad to be of service then. Alright, is that what we need? We need to pump some gas? I got the pump turned on. Shoot, do I have to monitor the gas in the car? That's pretty intense, actually. Well, if I had a gas can, I could fill it up here, too.
Straight away where to find the infuriated Gilles Lachance. Any good investigation would have to start there.
Alright, so I'm going to take another quick look around here. See if there's anything else we can spot that might be of use. Outhouse. No, nothing of interest in there. Check around the back. So it looks like if I had a gas can, I could fill that up, and that would be pretty nice. Oh yeah, the wolf tracks. Where are those going? It looked like there was caribou tracks I could... Ooh. Eastern at Tamapek. I'm getting it. Alright, more...
Carl felt that the store and its surroundings still held their secrets, and he didn't like to miss out.
Alright, so I have to go back to the store first, but take a picture of some more spooky blue ice. See what comes out there. You just filled up and the wipers were on? Oh, that's dangerous. Yeah, there's still caribou tracks here. That's interesting. Alright, so let's head back to the store and see what else they want me to see here. Moobot? Does it have jugs? Jugs of milk? Of course, of course. Making the puns for me. Saving me the time of having to make the puns myself. I love it. Alright, so I already checked around all of here. I didn't need to light the stove. I think I'm good with that. So, checking the garage again now that the power's on. I don't even know if the garage needed power. No. Oh, hey!
The crowbar was stuck under the lift.
Dang it!
Notwithstanding Carl's imposing stature, car lifting wasn't part of his skill set yet.
Alright, so that's what we need to do next, is we need to find some way to move that lift so I can get the, get that crowbar out of there. That could be nice. Ah, here we go. This looks like just the thing.
Carl was making progress, but the lift probably needed some more juice to work properly.
More juice, you say? Does that mean we need to find a way to provide more juice? Or do we just need to cut off some of the juice? Let's check back in here. I know there was a main switch I could throw. So let's see if I can switch that around to change anything. Oh, hey. Let's see, what do we got here?
Explained that the garage and the store couldn't be supplied with electricity at the same time.
Ah, there we go. So let's see, garage. Alright, garage is on, store is off. That should be exactly what I'm looking for. Go ahead and check in there now. See if that changed anything. Bid it on Dragon Quest 3DS. Max bid was $16. Now it's $50. I could buy it new cheaper. I don't understand people on eBay sometimes. I really don't. I don't get it. But if people want to pay absurd amounts of money for games they can just buy off the shelf, go right ahead. Oh, there we go. That did it. Very quiet lift.
At long last, the crowbar was within Carl's grasp. Surely it would come in handy at some point.
Apparently I can swing it, so of course that means probably gonna have to deal with zombies later. Goddamn zombies. It's always the zombies. Alright, so I'm gonna stop back into the general store real quick and change around the electricity in case I ever come back here. So I don't need to worry about it again. There we go. Looks like that saved the game as well, so thank you for that. And then let's go continue following those mysterious tracks. Yeah, I suppose maybe they didn't realize that, or maybe there's somewhere that they can't buy it easily. Alright, so we got
Carl was
the...
beginning to know the store and its surroundings like the back of his hand. The
Good.
seeker had sought.
Alright, so I assume that means I found everything that is defined in there. So let's keep following these wolf tracks until we find more blue ice. And let's see what that gets us. Alright, so I can't actually see the wolf tracks now, but the camera seems to see them okay. Body Pillow site deleted my account after I had a heated discussion with them about fixing some horns onto my pillow. They do not understand. No one seems to
Carl wondered what the hell could that thing be. It looked like a man fossilized in ice.
Yeah, what the hell? You alright there, buddy? Whoa!
All of a sudden, Carl felt like he was pulled inside a world of dreams. A cold, unknown dimension. Somehow, self-control was slipping from his grasp.
What the hell? What is going on here? Oh my god. What is going on here? There's a book by the side of the fire. Mysterious Journal, page 1.
This was a hunting log. Better yet, a war diary.
The beast enjoys long slumbers. Its sanctuary seems impregnable. Ice is everywhere. I need to exercise patience and wait for it to come out, to think like a hunter. The beast often invades the settlements bordering the lake. It terrorizes the white people. They never see it coming, but they feel its presence, a cold dread grabbing at your innards. The beast excites the wolves, makes them more aggressive. One attacked me. I had to cut its throat. The blade digging into its flesh made the sound of a taut wire. The beast is getting close to the villagers. It moves at night, bringing heavy snow and strong gusts of wind along with it. I tracked it, to no avail. I do not know the white man frozen in ice, but I do know this. It is the work of the beast. Its attacks curdle the blood of its victims. White men know nothing of this force of nature. I touched the ice imprisoning the white man. I saw things, but I do not understand them. Yeah, me neither. Page 2. It is as if past and present were one, or as if I was a spider and with my 8 eyes I could see backward and forward simultaneously. I could see this beast, this creature, is not of this world. I must find the beast again, and if necessary, eliminate it. Is that it? I think that's it. And we've got more footsteps to follow here. This is weird. Hey, spooky ghost wolf dude, what is going on here? Hello?
What could these engraved numbers mean?
733?
A path suddenly appeared before Carl.
Yeah, more footsteps to follow. This is weird, man. This is weird. Why am I in Spooky Ghost Town following spooky ghost footprints? Alright, so is this the hunter from the journal? Being accosted by wolves? I don't know. I don't have anything to do with follow these footprints, so I'm going to keep going down that path. Is it getting darker, or is it just me? Sure as heck seems like it's getting darker. That's not good. Drugs are bad, okay? Is that my car? This looks like my car.
Carl had that feeling you get when you immerse your frozen hands in hot water. What happened? Now at least he knew who the unfortunate man petrified in ice was. Gilles Lachance, the general store's manager himself.
How did Gil get frozen in ice, though? And what was that, anyway? Where am I? I think I'm outside the general store now.
Had to be the worst parking job ever. It was Carl to judge, though.
Yeah, I definitely did crash into the tree.
Like that around these parts, or not?
Oh, this isn't my car. This is Gil's car. Yeah, this is a pretty shit parking job. But that's one mystery solved. Let's get back to warmth. Whew. So basically, I was actually wandering around in a hallucination there, is what I'm getting. Let's warm up a little bit, and then we can head out again. Alright, good. So that increased my warmth all the way to the top. Is it going to increase my... I don't think it's going to increase my focus all the way to the top, though, so I guess we're stuck with that. Alright, I don't think there's anything else to see at the general store, so we're going to see about heading out. Do we have anywhere we could go? Oh, the map put a lot of different locations on... We had a whole bunch of locations on the map, but I'm not sure if any of them are places we want to go from here. We don't really have anywhere to go specifically. So, I'm not sure. Let's see if the game will let us hop in the car, and that should give us some indication of what we're supposed to do next. Alright. So, I think we might need to just start exploring a little bit. So, let's use the map so we don't get too turned around. Alright, it looks like this road right here. Road right here? Yeah, this is the road we want to take. Alright, let's put the map away. That's crazy distracting. I have to say, the atmosphere of this game is pretty good. Yeah, it is so far. Don't crash it this time. That was the other guy that crashed it. It totally wasn't me in a drug-fueled haze. But yeah, no, the atmosphere is very good in here. I like the feeling of place, the feeling like you're actually in the wilds of northern Canada. Kind of gives some feeling to mood as well, as far as the 70s. This does not look safe. I'm not sure we should be doing this. Uh-oh, got a loading scene right here. Get across the spooky bridge, then I'll check the glove box bread. Hang on. There we go. Man, do I hate bridges like that. Terrifying. No, it doesn't look like there's anything in the glove box. Alright, so there's a med station over this way. Let's check that out. I see some stairs, so we might have to hoof it from the bottom of the stairs here. I saw this was one of the things that was in the negative Steam reviews for this game, is people complained there are a lot of these loading sections that take you out of the game, and I can see how that would be a detriment to somebody. Certainly I'd like it if this was a little more open world and I wasn't running into those, but a clinic, alright. Yeah, it would be nice if I wasn't running into those, but so far it's not a deal breaker for me. Let me know what you guys think of it. Huh, key to the clinic. A nice place to hide it. And by nice, I mean not really. What do we got on the door?
There should be a law forbidding doctors from falling sick.
Medical emergency in town. The doctor there is sick. I'll be back soon. If he dies, I won't be returning. I'll have to replace him. Holy crap. Kinda grim.
In spite of Dr. Beaupre's goodwill, the place didn't look much like a physician's office. It could easily be mistaken for a sewing shop.
Alright, let's take a look around. There is a fireplace. Let's go ahead and start a fire. We might be here for a bit. Let's see. Hey, Red Malvo. I am doing good today. How are you doing? Welcome into the stream. Good to see ya. Ooh, that's, presumably his wife, maybe? Maybe a daughter? I'll check the journal in a bit. A little bit more fire starter there. It's good. Radio. It's a nice jaunty tune. Let's keep with that.
For the one-eyed, or for other vision problems, the eye patch was the way to go.
Nice eye patch. I like it. Huh. Says I need a magnet for something here. Not sure what's going on. Some matches. Very nice. I think I've got a good supply of fire starting materials at this point. That's good. Alright, nothing in any of those. But I'll come back to that wire. See what that's all about in a bit. Anything under the cabinet? Some cleaning supplies, it looks like. Gotta search everywhere.
Carl got the trembles as he imagined the excruciating pain that kind of scalpel could no doubt inflict. Within these miserable walls, patients probably felt more like in a slaughterhouse than in a doctor's office.
Yeah, I could see this being a little grim if you needed something that would require a scalpel. Plenty of engines that do no loading screens these days. What I read from the Steam reviews is some people were claiming that what happened was they actually used to be no loading screens, but then they changed things to try and make the game work on lower spec computers. So that might be it. My nightmare, the scale. Wow. Carl does not like doctors is what I'm getting out of this. Not one bit. There's a wooden roller coaster near the beach, which is a horrible idea. Structurally with salt and humidity in the air. Legitimately terrifying. Feels like it'll break at any moment. Yeah, wooden coasters scare the crap out of me. Bread, but I still ride them. I think I like them better because they do scare the crap out of me. Doctor is apparently fascinated by history. Alright, history books. Earth doesn't look this big from here. Oh, wise guy, eh? Jeez. Store in a cool room with a constant temperature, they said. Oh, he is a wise guy. Alright, what do we got in here? Medkit? Don't mind if I do. Of course there's a medkit at the doctor's clinic. Why wouldn't there be?
A chamber pot.
Ew.
Fortunately for Carl, inspecting it wouldn't further this particular investigation.
Yeah, let's not touch that. Gross as hell. Just some socks in there, though. Something on the bed, though. Let's check that out. Sassy doctor. I love it. Communist Manifesto. What the hell?
Communist Manifesto. Only a few years ago, this type of allegiance meant prison time. And even at present, the Western world was very wary of the Soviet threat. Why would the doctor own such a book?
Yeah, that was just what I was wondering. The history of all hitherto... Oh, no, it's just the Communist Manifesto. I think anybody that's been through a good education system is at least passingly familiar with what we've got here. I won't go into too much detail on that. That is interesting, though.
Doctors used light-reflecting frontal mirrors to look inside the patient's cavities. That was a bit unsettling, but back then, it was pretty much always the case with medicine.
Still is to some degree, honestly, but maybe that's just me. Read medical files. Unknown woman. I never did quite catch her name. The men called her Lori. She had a neck wound. There was so much blood. The bullet had done a lot of damage, probably hitting the cerebellum. It was hopeless. She had a cardiac arrest. The men found her like this, they said. I doubt it. But in a small town like this, it's usually best to turn a blind eye. I've been told to step back from sending out the death certificate. This whole thing sickens me. Jeez. So that's a casual murder right there. Rosary Armand. No medical explanation whatsoever can explain why old Rosary is still alive. As we in the trade say, the only way to cure him is to kill him. Wow, that's morbid. Doctor, jeez. I call BS. I happen to read the Communist Manifesto and it starts with, there's a ghost wandering through Europe. I think it was just open to a random page in the middle there, but I could have been wrong. Sylvie Bedard. I apologize to anyone that knows French, because I'm going to be butchering the hell out of every proper noun in this game, so I'm so sorry if you guys know any of that. All of her symptoms point to the same root cause. She's pregnant. She refuses it. She denies it. I'm willing to bet her husband's not the father. Let's just hope it's not Everett Lockhart, though, or she would have an illegitimate child and a syphilis on her hands. Ouch! This, ladies and gentlemen, is why it's illegal in most civilized countries to read someone else's medical records.
Knew each other very well.
William Joseph Hamilton. Haughty. Can't be cured. Chronic foot pain. Can't walk long distances. Rich. I'll cure him of that one day. Holy crap, this guy's sassy. You shouldn't be writing this in medical records. Jeez. Alright, that's all the medical files there. That's interesting, but not too enlightening. The sassiest commentary. This doc, right?
Doctor, flanked by his beautiful spouse. Pure happiness, captured on cardstock.
Alright, yeah, so that urn probably is his wife.
Woman's soulful eyes. Was it Dr. Beaupre who had hit him head-on at the village border?
Oh yeah, that picture I found. So, it might have been the doctor that actually collided with me and got me stuck in this mess in the first place. Since he did have that picture in there. The 70s, right?
The injured could be recognized by the large stains of red, an informal nickname given to Merbromen, smudged all over their injuries.
Oh yeah, and old antiseptic, I believe. Really gross looking, sort of a brown red. Very distinctive. Let's see, anything else interesting in here? I know something in there wanted a magnet for something, but I don't see any of those I could use. When locking a door isn't enough. Huh. I guess the door is barred, maybe. Either way, I can't get through it. Alright, so that would appear to be all to see in here for right now. So let's check outside. See if we can see anything around the house. Grab a log. Ooh, and a fire starter too. Very nice. Can I grab the other one? Now my inventory's full. Alright. See if there's anything just outside the house. Oh snap, the hamster wheel in my brain is spinning so quick. What do you got going on there, Brad? What are you thinking? Please use the other door. Alright, so that's the locked door we came across, so it doesn't look like it actually leads anywhere except outside the house. So I don't need to worry about that too much. Garbage can! Yes! Duct tape! Yes! Good scrounge, good scrounge. Empty bottle, but I can't pick it up. That's bad scrounging. Check the outhouse. Hello, what's this? A lantern. Alright, that might come in handy. Here's something mechanical. That might be my car, though. Oh, hey, more wolf tracks. Interesting. There more blue ice? No? Kind of want to follow the tracks, though, see where they lead. See if they lead somewhere interesting again. Or they just lead into the bushes. No, it just looks like the wolf was rooting through the garbage can. Nothing too interesting there. Dang. So much for that being a sweet lead. I was wondering, are you interested into Are you interested in Until Dawn, or is that too normal for you? Shira, when I bought a PS4 a couple weeks ago, Until Dawn was literally the first game I got, so... So, no, I'm definitely interested in Until Dawn.
Carl felt like he knew the doctor now. His belongings had spoken lengths about him. But what Carl had heard worried him.
Yeah, I guess that's all there is to see here. So we need to do some more searching around the village, I suppose. Thinking game theory as well. If you're as blind as I am, Bread, feel free to share if you're thinking anything. I would be curious to hear them. Is that to the DuckTales song? Beautiful, Shira. A+. Then your guess was not that bad? Yeah, no, it's, I'm very interested in that game. Very, very interested. I think I mentioned before, but I'm hoping sometime late this year to upgrade my PC. And when that happens, I would very much like to get a capture card so I can stream some other consoles, and PS4 would be one of those. Alright, so there is another house down here to the left. So let's turn left and see if we can find that, shall we? Stuck in your head every time you find duct tape in Fallout. Probably going to be stuck in my head every time I find duct tape in this game now, too. Well played. Thoughts? Hey, JP, welcome into the stream. I'm enjoying it so far. I just started a little while ago. We were actually supposed to be playing Metro 2033 tonight, but unfortunately I had some technical problems with that, so we had to switch over. Grab me! I mean, it's... yeah, like I believe that, Shira. I know where you're going with this. I see it. I see it. Alright, so this... Oh, yeah, I can turn on the radio. Nice. Alright, so this should be the way to the next house up here, I think. Let's see. I can't tell how accurate the fuel gauge in this game is, but it sure looks like I'm pinning empty. That's not good. Need to sleep? We'll talk later? Alright, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And you have yourself a good sleep then. Alright, so that's just a little outhouse right there. No need to stop there. So let's park up close to the house proper. And then we'll get out and see what we can see here. Alright. I'm gonna need to warm up pretty soon too. Hello! Whoa! Oh, jeez! Hey, buddy. We cool? Wasn't expecting a stranger to show up here. Let me tell you, I ain't taking chances. Since that thing's been creeping around, I got my shotgun in my hands and I'm like, bang, 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 if it gets too close. Ha ha ha! Alright, wow, you're crazy, dude. What was up with Rosary and the doc file? She was... Rosary was, I don't know. That's a good question. What are you thinking there? Hey, Bread. Feel free to stop by and say hello. I will try. I haven't been able to catch you streaming too much, JP, but I will if I can. Hey, listen up, everyone. I got a crazy guy over here. Yeah, you are actually kind of crazy, dude. You need warm clothes, city boy. I wouldn't say no to a bottle of Caribou. Then you can pick whatever rags suit you. Alright, so he'll give me warmer clothes if I can get him some booze. Sounds like a good deal. If I touch things, is he going to shoot me? Not so far. You're practically walking around in your underwear, kid. Yeah, I definitely was expecting it to be a lot warmer than this. Good coat will be good for you. You know what? In a place like this, nothing's free. Where's my Caribou? Alright, so I need to get him booze before he'll give me that, nice coat, and I'm probably going to want that coat, so... That's still good. Things are much better when they're old. Ha ha ha. So yeah, we'll see what we can find for booze for him, and then we'll come back if we can. If nothing else, we're getting warmer in here, so that's nice. Right, Rosary is the super old one, alright. Thank you, Malvo. As you can tell, I'm very forgetful. Tales and Legends, page 1. Can you see that book over there? That's the Wendigo. Yeah, Wendigo. A warrior who turns into a wolf out of vengeance when they've been wronged. Hey! There was a time when hate waged war. Our hunters could decimate the great wolves who had taken our children. Our warriors could snap the necks of the cowards who had reached for our supplies. The deafening sound of rock and bone breaking was enough to satiate the hate, and the rivers of blood would express our remorse and apologies. Thus was balance maintained. Then came the whites. The legend of the Wendigo dates back to a time before what anyone but the tallest trees can remember. A time of great cold and great aspirations when the ships came and spewed men and their fire cannons, plagues and spinelessness. Balance broke forever. The dead were piling up on our ancestral lands. Too many bodies covered in moss. Too much blood spilled on our stone. Our bone-breaking hate did not suffice any longer. Everything is so grim in this game.
Oyez, 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 y a un petit gars d'écarté dans ma maison.
Caribou! Terrible. Alright, what's this book over here? Wendigo. Look. Woman handing herself over to the devil on Ash Wednesday. Strange. Empty supplies bag, looks like. Alright, no worries. The hidden door? Not a hidden door, just the toilet. Not going to inspect in there too closely. Boozy. Cheeky breaky. Alright, some supplies. So he's pretty well stocked up here. God damn! That'll make the wedding fever passe. Killed all her husbands, squick, one after another. No pity for marriage, that one. Man, even his reading material's grim. Who is this guy? Grab some matches. He actually says squick. That's adorable. Alright, I think I've seen all there is to see in here. 1917. What a smoke fest. That Kaiser still remembers me. He's insane. When the weather gets cold, the people get cynical. Yeah, that is true, Caribou. It's funny we were going to play Metro earlier, since that's all about Russia and depression, I understand. Dive into the toilet, train spotting style. That is the grossest scene in all of cinema, Shira. The grossest. Beat up the old man and take all his stuff. I'm sorely tempted, but he does have a gun. He does have a gun. It wasn't a remake, it was a sequel, I believe, Shira. Bang bang! It was a very funny way of talking, I'm digging it. Back in my day, it was just like in that picture. We were proud, strong, and true, and we had the good Lord on our side. That looks very dangerous. I would not advise doing that. Alright, I think I've seen all there is to see here. Oops. Look at it, opening up my shed. Take it, I don't care. Oh, this is Rosary. Holy crap. It said Rosary's key there. I think this is the guy. That's interesting. Alright, so he needs me to find him some booze. He has the dinner bell. Looks like an Enfield. I don't know if I get the reference there, Smile. What do we got here? Another fire starter. Can't have too many of those, I don't think. Let's unlock the shed and see what's in here. Gas can, but I don't have enough inventory for it. I'd really like to get that, so I might drop something in a second. See, look at it. I've barely started this game and I'm already pack ratting. Axe. Is that... Yeah, that's an axe. I think I might like that too. Shoot, so I need some more space in my inventory, most definitely. Alright, let's see. I think there was a thing to drop things in my inventory, so let's see what we got. Plenty of Polaroid film, matches, fire starter. We got 4 logs, so we could probably drop a couple of these. Maybe? Thought there was a command to drop something in here. Maybe? Oh, there we go. Spacebar? Alright, cool. So we only got 2 logs, but now we've got some inventory space. Let's pick up the gas can and the axe, a hatchet.
Not too shabby. Carl felt he needed to protect himself.
Yeah, very well might. A saw that is long enough to take down the biggest tree up north. That is pretty impressive right there. Would you believe that? Enfield in DayZ is the zombie dinner bell. You shoot it and they come for miles. Oh, that is scary. I tell you in case you missed it. Oh, alright. Super serious. I know you were puzzled. Glad Shane figured that one out for you. You guys are cruel. Alright, so some nice loot in the shed, but nothing really storyline important here. We'll go ahead and head out. And there was another thing along the road. Or no, that was just his shed. There's a little structure here, but I think it's just to put a little gazebo, a little porch. I don't think I'm going to find anything interesting here. This would be a nice little porch in the spring or summer right there. I'd enjoy hanging out there. Alright, is there anything else he's got here? He's got some more wood, so I don't think firewood's going to be all that hard to come across. I seem to be finding it everywhere. Yeah, I think that's all there is to see here. So I know that I need to come back here once I find some booze for the guy, so we'll get back here. Game turned into Shining out of a sudden. Here's Johnny. Heck yeah. Shane rates 70s Quebec house. And I find them lacking. Alright, let's get out to the road and we'll figure out where we're going next.
There, Carl had fed his mind, but had forgotten the harsh reality that his body also needed nourishment, especially in the dead of winter.
Ow. There, I crashed the car. There you have it. Way past bread bin time. Alright, if you gotta take off, go right ahead, Bread. I appreciate you stopping by, at least. Hope you enjoyed yourself. It's always a good thing to have you by. So yeah, sleep well, and I will see you around. Alright, meanwhile, let's check the map and see where we're gonna go next. The next house will be on the left up ahead, so let's just keep going down this way, shall we? Real estate market has been hard. Yeah, I can't see too many people rushing to live out here in the ass end of Canada. This place just looks kind of like a wintry wasteland to me. And you know, people just ramming into your cars then making a break for it. I'm not a big fan of that either. Alright. I have no idea if you can actually damage the car, but I figure better safe than sorry. Alright, anything around here? Hello, is this? Alright, this should be it. Oh, I see some more wolf tracks there too. Those are all over the place now. That's kind of interesting. I might have to investigate that in a little bit. So I don't really know what my objective in this game is, which is kind of interesting. But I know I'm supposed to... Maybe I'm supposed to find the guy's murderer, I suppose. I know right now my guy's main concern is I'm not getting paid. House of the Patriot. Interesting name. I see some of that glowing ice here, too. Alright, house first, then glowing ice. See what's in here. Unlocked, that's always nice.
More like a pigsty than a house. A heavy stench of curdled milk, cheap alcohol, and boiled cauliflower filled the air.
Gross as hell! Not a fan of whoever this guy is.
Back then, in Africa and elsewhere, people were ready to take up arms to stand against the yoke of English imperialism. In Montreal, mailboxes were blown up, abductions were carried out, and violent manifestos were distributed to media outlets. But around here, in the great northernmost, all a man could do is curse out loud against a faraway evil and pray for the revolution to arise. That man, by any reckoning, was from that very stock.
There's a little bit of Canadian history I never knew about. Quebec liberation will happen by force or not at all. We will prevail. And that big angry fist at the bottom as well. Your audio is amazing. I got my stream turned half and it's loud. Usually I have to go super focused to be able to hear streamers. Yeah, that was a big thing with me, Red Malvo, is my original streams under this name were so quiet they were actually a little difficult to hear. So I made real sure once I got a good microphone to crank it up loud enough. My thing is, what I did is I went to YouTube and listened to some YouTube videos at a comfortable volume, set my speakers the way I wanted it to be, and then tested my stream so that it was so that I could listen to my stream at a comfortable volume without changing my speakers from there. Red Valvos. Hey, if you're a fan of Valve games, that could work too. Red Malvo, sorry. I'm a little mush-mouthed, as you can tell, so the good audio quality isn't always spectacular. But I appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know that my audio is still sounding good.
Rock music invaded the minds of men even in the remotest of places.
Oh, holy shit, that's a Led Zeppelin album.
So there's that going for them.
That is legit a Led Zeppelin album. That is really cool. Nice detail. I appreciate it. Alright, got another mysterious thing on the bed.
Jean Blouin. Seems like that pig had a name after all.
It doesn't look all that gross, but he is gross. Why is everyone leaving their wallets all over the place? That doesn't seem like a good thing. Huh. Like he was working on something at this little bench here.
The rag reeked of fermented vomit.
Ew.
Carl wondered how one could bear to live in such gross and horrid conditions.
Alright, enjoy your breakfast / lunch / dinner, Red Malvo, and I'll see you in a bit. Not sure what he was doing here, but nothing too useful to grab. Drawers are overrated. Yeah, he's just dumping everything on the floor. Oh, I can make caribou. Alright, there we go. We have distilled some caribou for the dude.
You had to be out of your mind to cook up white whiskey at home. The all-surrounding stench of alcohol alone was probably enough to gas a man to death.
So he's a moonshiner, and that's what I had to get is moonshine. That's awesome. A gun rack. A gun rack. No guns on it, though. Still clearly the guy had enough guns to buy a rack for him, so that's worth keeping in mind. Is that screwdriver Mikado? Let's hope not. Alright, what else do we got here? Anything of interest? Nothing there. Why wash dishes when clean ones are within reach? Yeah, he's just piling up dirty dishes on the floor. This guy's disgusting. I do not approve. Anything else in the cabinet since they're just looting everything at this point? No, nothing. Alright, so nothing too spectacular here. See, can I see? Alright, I'm still doing good on heat, so I won't bother starting a fire here. But there is some blue ice we're going to have to check out outside before we go anywhere. Let's do that. What is this stuff? Why is there glowing blue ice crystals here? That doesn't make pretty much any sense at all. And you can see glowing caribou tracks here as well. Alright, so let's see if we can follow the wolf prints a bit. See if those lead somewhere interesting. Into the bushes here.
Carl felt that it was mission accomplished, with the wicked nectar in his hands.
More blue ice. See, I assume it's just going to keep leading forward. Wendigo. Alright, so... wolf tracks still continue, but it looks like he started running for a bit there. And... tracks stop real abruptly here. Shoot. Or do they? No, they continue. Got a little bit covered up. Do I want to be tracking wolves? It seems a little bit crazy. But, hey, what's a little crazy in your life? More glowing caribou tracks. Why can I see glowing caribou tracks? Caribou, Wendigo. In the, pictures there, but nowhere else. Ah, shoot. Looks like the wolf crossed the road there and his tracks disappear. Is that it? Nothing else to see? Wonder if I can take a picture anywhere and see those glowing caribou tracks. Let's try something. Ah, it's not really clear. Alright, well, it was interesting to see the blue ice there, but I don't really see anything else to see. Oh, wait, here we go. More spooky blue ice. What does it mean? And more caribou tracks leading this way. I have no idea if this is a good idea or not, but honestly, it doesn't seem like a good idea. Still, we got something interesting following those other tracks, so maybe this will lead somewhere. Is that a cave? That looks like a cave.
Cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
Wow! Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. That's more blue crystals, but we're gonna need to get warm soon. I like it when game manages to make you feel cold due to the sound effects. Skyrim did that for me, same with Until Dawn and Horizon. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling it here. Alright, so this looks a bit dangerous.
The cold seemed to be more brutal here than anywhere else.
Alright, so I can't explore.
Into bone
Whoa!
and into every breath to get to
Shoot!
the heart until it stopped.
That almost killed me.
Carl needed to be dressed in warm clothes to survive.
Oh no, I might freeze to death here. Oh no! Mistakes were made. That cave was super duper cold. Why was the cave so cold? Oh, I'm so far from the car
Cold
too.
was burning Carl. He would not hold up much longer.
I know.
He had to warm himself.
I gotta hope I can get back to the cabin. I don't think it's too far. I think it's just through here. Oh, it might be too far though. No! Oh, there's a loading screen. I don't know if that's loading his house or loading my death. We'll see. Come on, run! Follow the wolf tracks back. No! Game over. Welp. Oh, alright. Wow, that keeps a lot of saves. Curiosity killed the Shane, doesn't it always? Alright, let's see where my last save was. At least now I know what I need to do. I need to get the caribou, and then I need to go back and get the warm weather gear before I go back to that cave. Oh, jeez, yes, so that set me back quite a ways. Let's see. Alright, the key's going off his wall at least, so we'll check inside his shed and see if we got everything in there, and then we'll head on down the road. Shut up, Dad! You don't know me! Doesn't he? Alright, yeah, so we still need to do this part, at least, but at least now we know what we're doing so we can get through it pretty quickly. So let's do that. We're going to drop 2 logs, which will make a considerable amount of space for us to grab.
Not too shabby. Carl felt he needed to protect himself.
Alright, good deal. And there's a lantern here too. I see the lantern right here, but it doesn't look like I can pick it up. Maybe I'm crazy. I think the lantern was back in somebody else's house, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Alright, good deal. Drop 2 logs. Well, of course, what else do you do when you're in some complete stranger's shed but drop a couple of logs to establish dominance? Let him know just who's boss. Alright. So now we know where to get the caribou, so that'll be our next objective. Let's start off. So we were talking about,
but had forgotten the heart.
yeah, we already heard this. So we were talking about horror games earlier.
Especially in the dead of winter.
And of course we talked about the old standbys like Silent Hill and Fatal Frame. Am I heading the right? Yeah, I think I'm heading the right way. Are there any more obscure horror games that you guys enjoy? Some more horror games that you might not, people might not have heard about, that you're a fan of and you enjoy playing, enjoy speaking about? I've played a lot of horror games. I'm sure I could think of some obscure ones that I've played out there. No Fatal Frame? Project Zero, my apologies, Shira. That a new game? My bad. Get the caraboobs. Of course. That's our main objective in every game at all times. Yeah, as far as horror games, I really like Silent Hill 2, of course. I don't think you're going to find too many people that absolutely don't like that. Holy crap, Nightmare Creatures. I hated that game so much, Shira. The camera in that game was miserable. I swear, it felt like every time I got killed in that game, I got killed off screen, where I couldn't defend myself. Not spectacular. Alright, alright, alright! Don't keep getting closer. Back up. Back, put it in reverse. There you go. You really didn't want to put it in reverse there. No, 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 no. There's a little hill right there. Oh, jeez, am I stuck? Come on, back up. Oh, jeez, I might be stuck. Ram into his house then. Teach it who's boss. Sure. Where? How on earth am I parked here? Barbie Race and Ride, the horror. Oh, I'm kind of up on a little hill right there. That was a little confusing. What is over here? I didn't see this before. Anatomy by Kitty Horror Show. I haven't heard of that one either.
With a homemade shooting range such as this, it wasn't hard to imagine a stray bullet ending its course inside the flesh of an unsuspecting passerby.
Like that woman that got shot in the neck.
There wasn't much in the way of passersby around here.
True. Bullseye! Cute. Dolls are alive and ready to drive. That sounds creepier already. I haven't heard of that one, though. Shane shows impressive American driver skills there. Hell yeah. That's how we do it out here. In the States. Hi, cigarettes. Delicious. Don't mind if I do. Alright, nothing else to see out here, I don't think.
The place looked more like a pigsty than a house. A heavy stench of curdled milk, cheap alcohol, and boiled cauliflower filled the air.
Alright, so we'll grab the ID.
Jean Blouin. Seems like that pig had a name after all.
And then I think the only other thing we needed to get in here was the caribou. Well, you know, Drive, I was thinking about that, and the fact that the game gives me an axe and a crowbar and lets me swing it around makes me think there is going to be violence at some point. Oh hey, I didn't notice the notes on the wall earlier.
Carl now knew how to quench the drunkard's thirst.
Oh, caribou traditional recipe. White whiskey. Too much isn't a valid quantifier for that one. Sherry wine, which I found earlier, for added mellowness. Spices to taste, just a tiny bit. This isn't stew. And that is how you make caribou. Beautiful. And also a nice recipe for gin fizz and Long Island iced tea. Why is the guy thinking about how to make Long Island iced tea at the same time he's making freaking melt your skull white moonshine? I'm confused.
Carl knew right away that the owner of this place wasn't a copper collector. No, this was a junkman's base of operations.
I suppose that would explain the mess.
He seemed like quite the expert in scavenging scrap metal, with or without permission, surely.
Of course.
In the right hands, red metal could sell like hotcakes.
True, true. Alright, so we've got the caribou, so let's head back to the old man straight away and see if we can get that warm weather gear. We'll be in a little better shape.
That truck had obviously seen its share of gravel roads. Carl wasn't a mechanic, but he could easily tell that only the most heartfelt prayer would bring this old beater back from its slumber. With that cold, however, it was more likely that it would wait until next spring to wake up.
Alright, so we're going to want to come back here and check out that blue ice, but I'm going to freeze to death if I try it again, so first things first. Luckily my stress gauge looks pretty okay for the most part, as long as I keep in warm environments. I'm stuck on something here. Alright, where's the way back? Alright, here's the way back out to the road. Let's see if we can get turned around. Booyah! That's about a 5 or 6 point turn. I'll take it either way.
Carl felt that it was mission accomplished, with the wicked nectar in his hands.
I agree. Alright, so I'm already turned around. Which way do I need to go to get back to this guy's place? Oh, ooh. Hey, car, stop. Alright. I need to turn right, and his house will be on the left. Good deal. Let's go get a drunk some whiskey that will probably obliterate his mind. That sounds like a good plan now. Can you change the radio? How much redneck music do we have to listen to? Oh, jeez, everybody's a critic. I can turn it off, but, you know, in northern Canada, I don't imagine they get all that many radio stations to pick from. Beggars can't be choosers, as they say. The spirit of the hawk! Yeah, I definitely don't want that coming on the radio. That would get irritating in a hurry. Alright, I don't recognize anything in this direction. I'm going the right way, though. Alright, just up ahead, then. Cotton Eye Joe, no, I hate that song so much. Cannot stand Cotton Eye Joe. I used to, when I was in college, I may have mentioned before, I worked at the local radio station, or the college radio station, I should say. And, I ran an electronic radio station for a little bit. Yeah, surprise, surprise, right? And there was only a couple songs that I banned on there because I hated them so much. And I'd usually take requests if I could find the song, but there was just one or two that I would not play under any circumstances. And one of them was Cotton Eye Joe, because I hated it. Hated it so much. Alright. So, warm weather clothes, here we come. I don't know, I didn't see anything happen. I'm checking my preview right now, but, no, the game didn't freeze and the, stream didn't freeze. Oh, I was talking, but nothing was moving? I stopped to look at the map for a little bit, that might have been it. I don't know, is he getting a little jerky for you guys? Let me know. Alright, dude, I got your booze. Now, because I like you, I'll tell you something. You should take my coat, because out there you'll feel the real cold. Don't mind if I do? Cold like you never felt before in your life. Ha ha ha! Alright, don't mind if I do. Alright. Now I'm dressed for cold weather. Excellent. Alright, so how are my stats looking? Check real quick. Alright, I'm full on heat, I'm full on health, and I've only got a little bit of focus down, so we're going alright. So I want to go back to the moonshine hut. Follow those tracks to that spooky cold cave. See what was going on there. I am quite curious about that. I think I'm going to start a fire in there to make real sure that the game saves as well before we do that.
Very generous to Carl. He couldn't have asked for more.
Alright, so... let's see, which way was it again? Again, I'm getting turned around. It doesn't take much. And... straight this way, I think. I think that's right. Sounds about right, right? Right. Yeah, go this way and his house will be on the left. Sounds good enough for me. So how are you guys liking this game so far? It's, hasn't been very action-packed and hasn't been tremendously eventful. But like we were talking about earlier, so far I do like the atmosphere. I think it's a very interesting presentation thus far. And, it's got a weird little mystery. Weird little setting. I am interested to see where it's going so far, certainly. Alright, so there's some of the blue ice, so I'm getting close. So like I said, I'm going to stop in his house real quick. And then I'm going to drive out to the side of the road. So I can be a little closer to the cave in case things go terribly wrong and I need to flee back to his cabin. I think that'll be a little safe. So far, I think having no action actually fits this game well. I agree, Drev. I think some games' action is a very bad thing as far as the mood. You know, if I had a revolver and I was gunning down zombies, I think that would completely change the character of the game, and not in a great way. Alright, can I grab a log? Grab a log and start a fire. And that saves the game, which is my real objective, because my heat level is actually pretty good. I'm not too worried about that. I just want to make sure I've got that saved nice and close if anything goes wrong. Alright, let's try and explore an ice cave then, shall we? If nothing else, we're a little bit better prepared this time. Hopefully prepared enough. But that remains to be seen, I suppose. You know, I'll say it, I enjoy games that are sort of small games like this where you get to use cars. It gives you an interesting, I'm not talking like a GTA type thing. I'm talking a game like this where you've got this small area that you need to become intimately familiar with, and you kind of get to wander around it for a while. I think the car becomes a character in and of itself in a lot of these games. And I do enjoy that. Alright, so this way is the cave. So let's see what we can see. Not sure if there's anything to even see out here, but just in case. The icy cavern. Oh, 2 wolves. That's a little dangerous. Let's step inside, shall we?
Luckily, he had the coat to protect him from the biting cold.
Sweet.
The cold seemed to be more brutal here than anywhere else. It
All right.
seeped into bones and into every breath to get to the heart until it stopped.
That's morbid.
All needed to be dressed in warm clothes to survive.
Yes, indeed. Alright, we got some more spooky blue rocks. See if we can see more tracks here, maybe? Yes, more tracks leading deeper into the cave. Very interesting. So are we going to have another hallucination here, or what? I think this is the way the tracks were going. It was a little hard to tell. This flashlight is not doing anything. Hello? Oh, it got all dark for a second there. That was weird. Hammer? Oh, new weapon, I suppose. No, I definitely need the flashlight for right now. Thanks, though. And some hardware. I'm not sure what that's used for, but I'll keep it. Fire starter and some matches. Don't mind if I do. More spooky glowing rocks. Take another picture, maybe? Sure. Got a feeling this is the way I want to be aimed. See if I was right. I was. Yep, tracks continue this way and curve around the corner. What is this cave? Holy crap! Hey, buddy. How do I bring out the weapon here? Equipment, let's pull out a hatchet. I'll feel better if nothing else. You saw the guy up there, right? That's not cool. What did he just melt into the ground? What in the hell? I'm pretty sure wolves don't do that. Not gonna claim to be a biologist, but that seems a little worrisome. Oh. Alright, so I can use the hardware and the hammer to rebuild the bridge. Nice! Only one way to go, so I'm not gonna look at the blue thing there. Guess we'll find out if he can be eaten now. Yeah, possibly. Although, if it's a fight between me and spooky glowing-eyed disappearing wolves, I think I'm gonna bet on the wolves, honestly. Thought I heard something behind me. Now I'm getting spooked. Proper spooked. It's a big old cave, though. Big old room in a big old cave. What have we here? I don't want to run in case I run into anything else unfriendly.
Another instance of this magic ice. What
Yeah.
was this one doing? Lying on the ground, so afraid.
Yeah, he looks terrified.
Thickened like water into ice.
Yeah, basically. Could it be that those tracks, the glowing tracks that only show up in the camera, are the monster? Alright, let's touch guy.
A sudden cold snap struck Carl, who felt like he was pulled into a dream.
Alright, same as before,
He had been running in fear from something creeping towards him, against which he couldn't do anything, only to end up like this, petrified and cold.
That's spooky. Alright, just like before, we'll follow the glowing tracks. See if we can see some sort of reenactment of what happened here. Maybe find out who that frozen guy is. Though he could be the moonshiner. Possibly. He's the only other person we really know personally in this town. I can hear my heart pounding in my chest. That's creepy. Alright, so he's armed. Ooh! We took a shot at something, then there was a big gust and took off running. Hello. Didn't see this before. We might have to check this place out. Explosives? Wow. Look at our little homegrown terrorist here. What do you know? Interesting. And we're out.
It seemed as though Régin had been ready to take up arms and slay people like Hamilton. Could he have committed murder for his cause? Who could have gotten killed in front of his very eyes?
Alright, so we've got our first suspect, it sounds like. Plot twist, Shane's Elsa. I'm pretty sure I'm not, but I suppose he could be a secret Elsa. I suppose that's always a possibility. August 8th, 1970. Old Rosaire had told me the mine administrators...
how long he would have to endure this skin-stinging cold.
I'm gonna have to warm up soon. Old Rosaire told me the mine administrators were having us on, and that the mines from before the war were neither collapsed nor inaccessible. Well, as usual, the old man was right. These damn English people keep lying to us every day, because we're just the slaves to them, water boys, white Negroes. Like Valère said, we'll see who the slaves are by the end of the year. I'll set up the heart of my government in those mines, the resistance. Watch out, fat cats, I'm putting bayonets on our cannons. Don't put bayonets on cannons, you're not going to stab people with cannons. August 14th, 1970. The English tell us the region is full of resources. The resources they're forgetting about is our seniors. It's full of old people around here, and they've got plenty of resources. Old man Rosaire, in exchange for a full load of bottles of caribou a day, put us in contact with the best our country has to offer. Veterans. Hunters, the salt of the earth, I'm telling you. These people have shotguns upon shotguns and blinds all over the country. They agreed to lend me some, pretty much no questions asked. I still told them a big fat cat hunt was in the works. I also told them our aim was to make sure there was not a damn one of them left here out in the Ottawa River. Alright. Anything else? Yeah, there's a little bit more. Oops. Wrong button. Alright, I'll check that again in a second. Is there... Let's see, how... Ooh, I'm getting real cold. I need to warm up, or else I'm going to be in trouble. And there's a stove over here, thank goodness. Alright, good. That'll allow me to explore around here a little bit more without too much fear. That was autumn, then you passed out. Boom, winter, what else do you need? True, that's good evidence right there. Are people gonna die? I sure hope so. Well, we've already got a murder, so we already got to start in there. And hey, Goom, welcome into the stream. How are you doing this evening? Ooh. And we've got a rifle and a little bit of ammo. So now I think I have a fighting chance against these wolves if it comes down to it. Why sleep at home when you can sleep in a cave? Exactly. The revolution. Aha! That's a secret shortcut to get back to the beginning. I like it. I like it. Alright, what else have we got here? Some more hardware. He seems to have made some modifications. Yeah, just a little bit. Guy was building bombs. Which I can take. Nice. I don't know what I'm going to need a shitload of dynamite for, but I'll take some. Sure, why not? Let's see. I've only got one log left, but I'm pretty much getting a full-on inventory here, so I might need to drop some stuff soon. Interesting. Alright. I don't know if... All the weapons seem like they might have uses for as tools as well, so I'd be hesitant to drop those. I'm not sure what else I could do. smuggled booze. That is a lot of moonshine right there. Cripes. Alright, so I think we are good here. So let me head back into the journal. Hamilton's murder, the young woman, sample of the stained sheet. Here's the people I've met so far. Still missing some stuff there, so that's interesting. It fills in the biographies as I'm going. I like that. Alright. Is there any way to reread that book? Documents, here we go. Regine's log. I think this is the one I'm looking for. Yes. And so I wanted to hit this, and then turn the page, then hit it again. Alright, here we go. September 1st, 1970. It's even better than I thought. The guns aren't old-timey relics from the Great War. They're modern semi-automatic weapons in there too, and dynamite stolen from the mining sites after closing. All I need now is a militia to bear these arms and kick the English out of our lands. I'm wondering who the savages will back up. I have faith they will help us, and not them. Taking back their land is a matter of principle for them. Yeah, sure. Good luck with that. Currently 6:30 a.m. and you're very confused. It's 6:30 a.m. for me as well, Goom. But I'm a night shift guy, so this is late evening for me. September 4th, 1970. God damn it, Giles really has no balls. I was aware of that before bringing him into my project, but it's so insulting to be emasculated like that. He told me in his wimpy voice that he had something to blackmail Big Hamilton with. What's the point of blackmailing him when we could just blow his head off? I would have been better off speaking to his wife, Giselle. Now she's something, that woman. She could hold her own with a shotgun. Besides, everyone knows she's the one who wears pants in that couple. Jeez, so he just wanted to murder the guy straight up. He wasn't actually concerned about stopping him. That's a little morbid. September 18th. Lamothe has given up too, that coward. On the other hand, the Lamoths, they're not serious enough. They had a few screws loose. He can't start a revolution with crazy people. Oh no, keep telling yourself that, Regine. September 24th. Pierre, I know you would have been by my side. You would have been a lieutenant in my army. Rest in peace. Eaten by wolves. Not an easy way to kick the bucket. Hell no. Some people in the village are saying you brought this on yourself by poaching those wolves, and then in the end, they just brought you to justice in their own way. There'll be a monument in your name, in my new Quebec. Wow, this guy's ambitious, and crazy, and violent. September 28th. I'll have to free the Manistan region all by myself. Alexander Blaze didn't appreciate it when I baited him by praising his brother. That guy has changed since Pierre has found. He's been miserable. I tried talking to him about it, but that big oaf only punched the mirror, and that made his hand bleed. I'll give freedom to my country without those tender-hearted folks. They'll thank me later. October 2nd. What happened last night was horrible. I'd never seen someone die like that, right next to me. I feel sick. So much blood. I'm wondering if revolution really is me after all. Alright, so he witnessed a murder, but it's not clear if he caused the murder quite yet. But that's all there is to read there, so we're going to have to stick with it. Still, that's a little bit worrying. Alright, I think this is leading us right back out of the cave. We'll go ahead and, yeah, this is back out of the cave. Alright. We haven't taken this path before, though, so let's see where this leads. I think it might just be an alternate fork from the first blue stones we found.
Ice seemed to take over this place like mold. That wall wasn't there earlier. How was he going to get out of here?
Well, I do have dynamite. Yep, dynamite. Oh god! Oh god, we're running. Hello? Nice! Wow! Alright, that was pretty effective. I'll take it. I'll take it. Hello? Oh, jeez.
Oddly, did not budge despite the powerful fiery blast.
What the hell?
Something was definitely rotten in this place.
Alright, that's bad. So, despite the dynamite blowing the hell out of it, it hasn't budged, so we're gonna need to find another way out. That's not good. I thought I saw daylight. I thought I saw daylight way back where we found the frozen guy. That might be our next hope for getting out of here. So let's head that way and see if there's anything we can do to affect it over there. Alright, so we rebuilt the bridge here.
Carl suddenly felt observed. He was worried about a presence around him.
Oh, jeez. Stuck in a cave and now I'm worried about being observed. I don't see anybody. Anyone. Oh, jeez! Oh, no. Equipment. Oh, my gun's not loaded. Shoot, I should have did that. Alright, hatchet it is. Hey, back off! Back off! Back off! Nice! Did you just disappear into ice? What in the hell? Pretty sure wolves aren't supposed to do that. See if we can load the gun in case somebody else comes. Alright, there, it's loaded. Good deal. Alright. Pull out that hatchet in case he's got any friends around here. That was worrying. What in the hell? Alright, so yeah, there's what looks like a cave-in back here. I guess we can try dynamiting that, maybe? The game does not appear to concur. I don't see anywhere to place the dynamite. Hey Shane, you know, a video game creature that can actually hear when you talk to the monitor. Oh no, my worst fear. Oh, here we go. And we're running. Get the heck out of here. See how far we get. Alright, Shira, thank you again for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed yourself. And I will see you around soon. Have a good rest of your weekend if I don't see you before then. Alright, let's hope that did something since we're not getting back out the entrance. Alright, yes, I see daylight. Oh, jeez. The timber is still glowing.
Can withstand the force of dynamite.
Hell yeah! Of course, now I have no idea where I am. And it's very cold outside, so that's a bad thing. Never! I wouldn't want you to. Alright, so we kicked this ladder down so we can get back in the cave this way if we need. That's good to know at least. But we're gonna need to find where the truck is from here. See if we can check the map. Alright, yes. So the truck should be to the up and to the left from here. Or forward and to the left. Over this way, maybe? Sounds promising. Certainly just looks like scrubland. Ooh, no, it should be really close by. Sure looks like it from this map, anyway. Looks like I should be almost on top of it. That's confusing. Hello? My car! Car found! Oh, thank goodness. Right where I left it. Oh man, so I'm getting a little stressed out in-game, it looks like. But I can get my stress meter back up to a little over halfway. Oh, it keeps going. That's good. So having my car back calms me down a little bit in-game. I am down with that. Alright, there we go. Whew. Alright. That was interesting. Oh, and the mine's marked on the map now. You can see it just to the left of where the car is right now. So there's one last house to check out on this route. So I'm going to do a 180 and go check that one out next. And then we'll have to head back. But we're certainly learning things on this leg of the journey so far. Like we said, our little homegrown terrorist right there with all of his dynamite and guns hidden underground is certainly one candidate for the murder, but not the only one. I mean, it did sound like he was scared at the results of whatever killing he appeared to have seen. But that doesn't mean he didn't do it and just not understand what he was going to see after he actually killed the guy. You know, he certainly seemed like he had enough impulsiveness in him to kill someone spur of the moment. But, you know, it doesn't mean he wasn't going to be shocked when the thing actually happened. Hello, what is that? Tipped over cart? Go take a look and see if there's any useful supplies there. Waste not, want not. Some logs. My inventory is full. Anything else? Some more hardware. I'll take that, I suppose. Nothing else of note, though. Alright, I'll take that, though. That's fine. Wonder if I can store stuff in the back of the truck or something. That'd be an interesting mechanic. I kind of like the music in this game. It's very chill, but it completely fits the setting. Just another part of the whole experience in the game. That's so key. I've talked about it plenty of times. I'm sure you guys know my stance on it, but game as experience. Very important. You know, some games can slide by just on their mechanics, but other games, they need to create this whole experience. 100% focused around how the player feels and how the player views the world around them. And this is one of those games, most definitely. Hello, cul-de-sac. Let's see what that sign says. I can't read the rest of it from here. Also, it'd be in French, so I don't know why I'm squinting at it.
Carl wondered how long he would have to endure this skin-stinging cold.
Shoot, I'm getting cold again. Letter for Lamoth. Dear Mr. Lamoth, here is the spark plug you ordered for your Olympic Ski-Doo. This model being very popular has made it difficult to find a brand new part as quickly as usual. Thanks for choosing the Garage Potvin and feels sincerely Gaetan. Spark plug? I'll grab that, I suppose. What else does the sign say?
Sometimes, and especially around here, people are so possessive with their land, as a dog is with hydrants.
I see what looks like a shotgun there. I guess it's not going to tell me what it says. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna... How cold am I getting? Alright, I'm about halfway down, so I'm gonna need to warm up pretty soon. Hey, Alex Jet! How are you doing this evening? Welcome back into the stream. How have you been? That voice. Glad you appreciate. We have just started playing a new game called Kona tonight. First time I've ever played it. I am enjoying it so far, but I'm also freezing to death, so we're gonna have to focus on fixing that right now. Hamilton, I won't be your dog anymore. Alright, message received. Naturally, there's no power here, so let's see if there's a stove at least I can use. Yes, there is a stove. Excellent. And I've got enough supplies to start it up. Good deal. Alright, so I can warm up again. Yes, this game is French originally, but luckily it's the English version, so if I look at things, I usually get the translations on screen, although they've been a little stilted sometimes. I'm doing good as well. Thank you for asking. That took way too long. What was that, to get to here, or what? Alright, another letter. Follow up on a complaint.
Atamipek, same story. Large deserts conducive to extravagant follies.
Dear listener Lamoth, following up on your complaint, I'm afraid that the police cannot support your claim alleging the sudden appearance of a man who came from outer space on your village's territory. Manifestly, what happened to you at Roswell, New Mexico left a deep impression on you, and we would urge you to consult a physician as soon as possible. Regarding future potential complaints, let it be known that the Judicial District of Abitibi does not believe in little green men. Regards, Pierre Valjean, clerk. Oh, you're French, Alex. Well, I'm going to apologize to you, Alex, because I'm going to mispronounce the hell out of everything vaguely French in here, because I don't know even a little French, so I apologize in advance for the horrible pronunciation mistakes I'm going to make. Oh, the beautiful country of France. That's about all I can do is bad French accents. Shamefully bad French accents. Is this a literal tinfoil hat?
Weird stuff. Kind of a crossing between a colander and a hairdryer. What was it for? To play telepath? To protect against nuclear waves?
So the guy in this cabin was legit at Roswell, New Mexico, and now he's obsessed with little green men.
Carl deducted this was a map of the area. Were those pins pointing to places of interest?
Could be. Interesting. I'll have to try and remember where those pins are, unless they're going to put them on my map, which would be super. But no, not really. Oh no, there's a little star down there. I'm not sure what that is. Let's see. So one of them is the... Alright, so the top left pin is the mine. The bottom left pin is that star on my map. And the right pin is, I think, the general star, maybe? I'm not sure about that one. So that star could be something interesting, but that is way out in the boonies. That one could be tough to get to. No problem for the pronunciation, I'm as bad in English. Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, what do we got here? Manufacturer's Manual, page 1. Suspension. This suspension has way too many parts. Taking a puzzle apart is easy, but putting it back together is another story. I patched everything up at the tracks. I left them close by. Ski. Don't drink and work. Don't drink and work. Don't drink and work. I'm misplacing parts of the machine. Rejan came to help me work on the machine yesterday afternoon. For the most part, he helped me chug my bottles down to the last drop. I think we tried to ski or something. Bad idea. I still haven't found that one ski we lost in the process. Oh my god. So that's a bad idea there. Don't drink and work. I like the diagrams there. What else we got in here? Manufacturer's Manual, page 2. Body. That would make a nice beach chair pad. I just need to get all the parts to reassemble it. Electrical. This lamp is pretty well made, suitable for even the harshest of winters. I think I'll place it on my top secret prototype in the garage. Space has got to be pitch black and damn cold after all. Top secret prototype, you say? I am intrigued. Page 3. Steering. I have to hurry up and fix this machine if I'm going to travel around the powder snow all winter. Alright, I've managed to untangle and replace the brake cable. Dead in time for winter. Now, how about a nice and light blanket of early snow to let the fun begin? Notes. December 1969. Stunts. They're a blast when you're 12 and go ahead and break your brother's old bicycle, I suppose. Well, I managed to damage my beautiful brand new snowmobile after only 2 days of acrobatics. Fixing it up will take a while. I'm thinking a year at the very least. Damn it. I'm wondering if he's the guy in that ski jump picture in the old man's cabin now. Certainly sounds like it. March 1970. I need to get my hands on that yellow suit, including the helmet that goes with it. Just like in the ad. I'll order them from the bay. September 1970. I think I'm done. All that's left is install all the parts, get the spark plug I've ordered back in August and still haven't received, find the snowmobile's ignition key. I think it's on my bunch of keys, which should be on the generator powering my top secret workshop down south. Shoot, that's a star down south of me. In which I'm going to work on my equally top secret machine. Anyways, gotta find that key. Now that I've siphoned off the snowmobile's gas to feed my truck, I'll have to refuel it if I'm to wander in the snowbanks at some point. Alright, so that's what the gas can is on. I'm going to need to fill it up to refuel the snowmobile if I want to use it later. Which I might. That could be fun. So, let's see if there's anything else.
These scribblings were undoubtedly the mark of a tormented mind. Something wasn't right in the poor mechanic's head.
You don't think? Notice a drawing of a woman in there too. A couple times. Maybe a couple women? Can't read anything too closely. Pictures of a spooky saucer. Spaceship blueprint. Blueprint for a weird spaceship.
Managed to get their hands on the missing parts. Carl was willing to bet that the craft would have taken flight.
What, really? You think the spaceship will fly? That's kind of a wild assertion there. But okay, if you say so, Carl. Coral. He does kind of sound like a character from Fargo, right? As soon as I heard about snow and mystery, that was the first place my brain went to. Fargo? Apparently, Lamoth is a rock collector. Yeah, he's got some rocks just sitting there. Don't look special to me. A bunch of supplies piled up here, too. In a supplies bag, but there's nothing in there. Interesting. Alright, anything else to see in here? I don't think so, but we've got that top secret thing marked on my map now, so I can get there if need be.
The man has a passion for intergalactic things. Back then, people were obviously scared of the Russian atomic bomb, but an invasion by extraterrestrials was a legit fear as well. Seems like the mechanic had made his choice.
I'll admit, those are some spooky pictures. Hello? Ah, more Polaroid film, excellent. I didn't realize I had a finite supply of it. When one isn't enough, why not buy 8? Yeah, this guy's got cereal to last him. Call him prepared. Probably alien disguised as rocks. Dun dun dun! That's spooky. Alright, so I think I'm saved up by the fire, so I'm going to need... well, the next thing, let's see if I can find that snowmobile. I imagine it's probably pretty close by. Oh, hey, there's the snowmobile ski. I'm probably going to need that in a second as well. And there's a big old shed right here. Excellent. Assume that's where the snowmobile is going to be. And a headlight. Alright, so I'm finding all the parts of the snowmobile just laying around. Some more spooky blue ice. We'll check that out in a second. Oh, hey!
Another worrisome victim of this ice. This one seemingly petrified in action. The poor man, before being frozen solid, seemed to have been defending the entrance to his cabin. But from what?
Good question. Lamoth is pronounced Lamont. Alright, I'll try and keep that in mind. Thank you, Alex. That is really cool. I enjoy learning about these things, since I know so precious little. Oops, I didn't see the note on the front of this. Let's check that out first.
The shape of this machine, almost straight out of Star Trek.
Wow.
Was out of the ordinary, to say the least. It felt like this thing could fly up into space at any moment.
I've legit got the parts to fix this too. I'm going to check that out in a second. Note to self.
October 5th, thought Carl. That was this week. The plug should have been here by now.
Yep, and I already picked it up too. How do you even get that frozen? I think, you know, I've been reading legends about some sort of ice monster, so I'm wondering. We might have something supernatural going on. Green milk for little green men? Oh, I think maybe this is a little spoiled in there. Let's see what else we got in here. Too many orange juice bottles. Yeah, that's an understatement. Why do you need that much orange juice? Unused steel trap, not to be touched. Yeah, it may as well be better safe than sorry on that one. What else have we got in here? Magazine.
The very first steps of man on the moon were made more than a year ago. The event had surely captivated the mechanic's mind for him to still keep this around.
Yeah, I guess most people do throw out magazines once they're done with them. Drev, are you saying this is Witcher's work? Is that my understanding? Something isn't right when your bed is in your garage. You know, why do people sleep in weird places in this town? Ugh. I think something's gone wrong in there, too. Checking these drawers. Another note here? Or no, it's the radio. Anything else interesting in here? No. Put the headlight on there. Homemade flying saucer. Life never ceases to amaze me. Let's try repairing it. Whoa.
It wasn't indisputable that machines like this entailed a level of intellectual finesse that Carl was lacking.
Oops. So, either it doesn't work, or I just wrecked it. Either way, oopsies. Alright, how am I doing on heat? I'm doing good on heat so far, so that's good to hear. In which case, let's investigate our spooky frozen guy, shall we? Careful now. Careful. What is... Ooh! Carl, or the crazy guy working in his workshop there. And drinking, it looks like. Till something came to the door and spooked him. Whoa! And a lamp got knocked over and a fire started. Something's trying to get in. Woo! And then something started, cold started, ooh! And that's how he froze, I suppose. Hello? I don't have a flashlight. Oh, up here. And then that bucket? Wow. Did he put something up there? Might have put something in that bucket that's important.
Something very important must have been in there for the man to take such time and effort to hide it. But Carl didn't know how to reach it.
Yeah, I've got no ideas for that. Either the Yeti is throwing snowballs or Mr. Freeze is looking for the Fargo gold. Either way. Either way. So yeah, I need to get whatever's in that bucket. Although it looked like it might have gotten set on fire by the flying saucer. Either way, I need to find a way up there. Let's take a look around the shed and see if there's any way on the roof, maybe? Kinda grasping at straws here, but it's worth a look, I think.
Sheets of metal everywhere. Was Carl out of touch with current home improvement trends? Or perhaps this was meant to protect against residual radiation? Gamma rays?
Yeah, the latter, I think. He's got that kind of crazy going for him. Alright, nothing of interest in the outhouse. Is this the snowmobile? Yep, this is snowmobile right
By
here.
following the plan, Carl was led to believe that the snowmobile's parts had to be scattered about in the vicinity.
Alright, so I need to find the bench first. There's the track. Alright, I can get the track on there. That's good. I'm missing the handlebars. I thought I saw the handlebars in the shed, but it didn't look like I could pick them up. Oh, here we go. This might be what we're looking for. I like this music in the background, too. This is totally doing it for me. Super groovy. And we build a bridge. Very handy. Alright, what's in that mysterious bucket, then? Crazy
Carl
thought.
had no idea how to interpret a message like that. On the surface, it seemed like he had one half too many of this puzzle. Enough to know he shouldn't take this testimony as gospel. The entire thing, being some punishment for a murder committed by Hamilton, seemed like an outlandish theory. Carl was doubtful.
Crazy thought. I saw something in the woods on the solemn day of October 6, 1970 no man should ever see. The aliens are here. They are roaming our woods. They will invade us all from here down to sunny Mexico. They are massive, twice as tall as a man. They are half man, half caribou, half wolf. I'm sure the fact that I saw them means they broke their military code. They are after me. If you're reading this, then it's too late. I have already been taken to the planet Elohim to be experimented upon in a lab. They are punishing me for not doing anything when I witnessed that murder yesterday, when I saw William Hamilton kill someone. Farewell. So Hamilton's our murder victim, but this guy claims that he saw Hamilton kill someone else. That is interesting, all right. And so that's what he note that he took all that time to hide. I don't think it was alcohol he was drinking while working. No, he was on something. He was on some sort of very special crazy juice, I suspect. Alcohol seems. Oh, all right, just top off. Yeah, alcohol seems too light a possibility. Nice couch out here in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, no, he was on something, and a lot of it, I suspect. Alright, so the bench for the snowmobile should be around here somewhere.
Nice catio. They say it's supposed to soothe the soul. But with this powerful gale that seemingly never sleeps, it was far more likely to get on anyone's nerves.
True. Alright, let me stop inside real quick and I'll look for some more snowmobile parts while I warm up. Oh, I'm already pretty warm, so I don't need to worry about that too much. So I need to get the bench for the snowmobile from somewhere. I'm not sure what that'll look like. But I do know where the handlebars are, I believe. If they're what I'm thinking they are. Let's go see if we can grab those next. Is there anything in here?
The milk was sorted by color, from the whitest to the greenest.
Ugh.
In other words, from the freshest to the sourest.
Green milk, that is disgusting. Painkiller, interesting. Wonder if that's to help when you get injured. Alright, so I thought I saw something that looked like handlebars over here. Not those. Yeah, right here we go. Alright, so I just wasn't hitting the right spot on there, but those are my handlebars. So now all I'm missing is the bench for the snowmobile. Let's go slap those handlebars on while we're in the vicinity. Place light and handlebars. Alright, starting to come together. I've only got one of the skis. I need a second ski as well. And he did mention he wasn't sure where the other ski went. He had misplaced it. That one might be a little harder to find. Is this a lawnmower? Mowing the lawn is unnecessary at this time. Yeah, that's an understatement. Ha! And there's the bench from the snowmobile. Wow, this guy's crazy.
Carl still wasn't done with the mechanic's place.
Colors are always welcome in a monochrome world. Interesting. Hey, Red Malvo, thank you for the host there. I appreciate that. That's really kind of you. I can certainly use all the hosts I can get, so thank you very much. What if you want to mow the snow? Is that even a thing? Can you mow snow? I've never tried it, I'll admit that, but it seems a little crazy town. Hello, what's this? I can fill up the gas can here. Earl's inventory is full, but... Oh, it must be because the gas makes the can heavier. Alright. Is there any equipment I can drop? I don't know if I'm going to need this stuff or not later on. Shoot, alright. Consumables. The health kits actually take up a decent amount of space in the inventory. Oh, let's use the painkillers now. That looks like it'll help. I don't know if that'll give me enough inventory space. Nope, I need more than that. It could become a thing. Be the trendsetter. I will do that. I will mow the snow. It's certainly got a trendy name, if nothing else. I like it. Mowing the snow. Let's see. I've only got one log, but luckily logs are usually right nearby whatever I need to set on fire, so I'll go ahead and drop that. Alright, cool. So we got the filled gas can so we can gas up the snowmobile when we're ready to go there. Can I gas it up right now? Don't know exactly where you gas up a snowmobile, so maybe not immediately. I'm in love with this music, by the way. I don't know how clearly you guys can hear it, but it's magical. More traps there. Alright, so one ski was in his house, but he mentioned that he misplaced the other one. So I don't know if that's even going to be nearby for me, or if that's going to be someplace else. So I might need to leave for now and then come back later. That's a possibility, I think. For now, I'm going to finish looking around, though. There's a couple other places we're going to want to check, just to be safe. Ah, some duct tape. I'll take that. Game like this, you gotta scavenge everything, just to be safe. Alright, a couple of dead cars. May as well check them. Hello! There's the other ski. Beautiful. That was easy enough. Alright, let's continue putting that snowmobile back together, then.
a bit of gas, a new spark plug, and the key, and this thing would run perfectly. All he needed to do now was to find all that.
Ah, shoot, I didn't find his key. Oh, hey, but it's actually got storage on the back of it. Oh man, I want this thing so bad. Malvo, if you hit exclamation mark uptime in the chat, it'll give you how long I've been streaming for. I'm not 100% sure of it. Oh, how in general. Let's see. About 9 months at this point. I started back in early to mid-July. So yeah, I've got my 1 year anniversary coming up in just about 3 months, and I'm looking forward to that. When I first started streaming, I wasn't sure if I'd be sticking with it for too long, but I'm totally enjoying it. It's really fun playing games with some other people you can chat with while you're playing. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So, you know, I think I'm seeing what I have to do here. I mentioned that little star where a secret project is down south is a long way off. I bet I need the snowmobile to get down to that thing down south. Because if I just walk it, the cold will kill me before I get there. So that is what I'm going to need to look into. I need to finish that snowmobile before I can get over there. And I'm sure I'm going to need to get over there because I have no idea what he's up to, but he's certainly enough of a weirdo. And it said he witnessed a murder, sounds like, so...
Well, this truck's not going anywhere.
Well, yeah, that's an understatement.
Parts. Carl grinned as he pictured a Frankenstein-esque car lying around somewhere made of parts from a dozen different vehicles.
It's kind of a cute thought. Yeah, no, I've been enjoying streaming immensely, and I plan to keep doing it for as long as I can.
What good was a motorless car? The mechanic sure had an odd way to go about repairing things.
So these must be cars that he salvaged parts from to make the UFO in his shed, is what I'm getting here. See some more blue ice on top of this hill. Can I get up here somehow? No, it's too high to jump. Let's see if I can go around this way. Here we go. That's interesting. Anything else of interest up here? More wolf tracks leading off this way. It's going away from the snowmobile. What direction is that heading anyway? Well, thanks, Red Malvo. I hope you're enjoying the stream still. That's really all you can ask as a streamer, is that people enjoy what you're doing. Alright, so the wolf tracks are actually leading towards the secret project down south. That's very interesting. So I don't know if I want to follow them just yet. I think I need to find those keys and get the snowmobile running first. Let's focus on that. I'm so close. That's the only part I'm missing here. Let's see. Maybe the keys are on him. Maybe I have to check our frozen friend. And maybe it'll be just right there? Because it's almost too much to ask for. Ah, shoot, if they were on him, I don't suspect I'm going to be getting them off him anytime soon. But he did mention something about a key ring. He didn't say where he put it. Dang. I feel like I must be close. So I got the smoke from when we blew up the UFOs floating around. That's pretty funny. Alright, there's his pants, but it doesn't let me search him for keys. Hello.
To all appearances, Carl concluded, the owner of the place had moved more essentials from his house inside the garage. Peculiar man indeed.
Awesome, Melvo. Good to hear. Alright, so... yeah, he moved everything out here, I think, because he put all that metal shielding out here, so the aliens couldn't hear his thoughts. So to him, I'm sure that made plenty of sense, but he's still pretty crazy town for moving out here in the middle of winter. So where are these keys of his? That's definitely not in the gross fridge, thankfully. I don't want to dig around in there too much. I guess we'll do another circuit of the house. I don't suspect the keys would be in any of those vehicles, since the vehicles are Very much not drivable. Check around here. Anything? Such a pretty wooden chest wasted on such empty cans. Yeah, you know, I enjoy seeing nice wooden chests around. I used to have this big, like, old cargo chest that I used as an end table in my old apartment. And I absolutely love that thing. Just beautiful. And I'm hoping someday I can find another thing like that, because I really like it as a design thing. You know, just a little bit old-timey, but still completely practical. That's where I'm at, anyway. Alright, keys. If I were a crazy space-obsessed man's keys, where would I be?
Weird stuff. Kind of a crossing between a colander and a hairdryer.
I was wondering if I could search and maybe it's under the hat, but
telepath?
I think I'm being too clever for my own good there.
Waves?
Oh my god, I just noticed he's got crosses and garlic above the door, just in case they repel spacemen. Good to know. Is there a note there? There's a note under the mat, but I don't think I can get at it. Huh, that's weird. Doesn't seem like I can interact with it. There's no point of interaction on the mat. Oh, that is strange. Alright, keys. Just in case the spacemen are also vampires. You know, if you encounter spacemen that are also vampires, I think you've got pretty big problems. Don't just be thinking about putting garlic over your door. Think about moving to a different galaxy as quickly as possible. Because this one is fucked. Alright. So before we found some keys just outside. So what if he stashes keys in like a planter or something? You know, like people inexplicably do in movies.
Perhaps someone was expecting an important call.
Yeah, I guess so.
That person's in for a long wait.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I already noticed that telephone services weren't provided in this area.
What, so the phone wasn't even hooked up? Yeah, that is crazy town then. Shoot. I have no idea where those keys are. Let's do another circuit around out here. I guess we didn't check this trailer here. Ooh, it's right on the edge of everything. That's a little dangerous. Not get too close to that. Anything in here? No, just a little garage right there. Yeah, I read the snowmobile manual mention a key. I suppose I should go back and check that, Alex Jet. That's not a bad idea. Because I read it before, and it did have hints to where to find some of this stuff. I suppose if I'm at a loss, that's as good a place to start as any. Oh, I already picked it up, so it should be in my documents. Here we go. Let's see. Thought it was in here anyway. Right? Parts manual? Here we go. Let's see what we got. Alright, I think it's in here somewhere. Find the snowmobile's ignition key. I think it's on my bunch of keys, which should be on the generator powering my top secret workshop down south. In which case, I'm working on my equally top secret machine. Anyway, gotta find the key. Shoot! Well, so much for my theory that I need the snowmobile to get to the generator. Or to get down south. Now it looks like I'm just gonna have to walk down there. Alright, well, no time like the present, I suppose. Let's go up to the fire, make sure the game saves. Hopefully the game's saved. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Time for a long walk down south then. We're in good condition. We've got plenty of gear though. I think we've even got enough to make a fire if it comes down to it. So let's just start heading that way. I'm going to try and follow the wolf tracks part of the way too, since that might kill two birds with one stone. So you notice I'm running sometimes and walking sometimes. You've only got a finite amount of run in the game, so I'm running when I can, since I don't want to be out in this cold for too damn long. That's how I went down in that ice cave, and I'd rather not do that again. Ah, I can't follow into the woods there. Shoot. Hello, buddy. Whoa! Alright, yeah, he's hostile. Let's use the rifle on him.
Carl never thought he would be dancing with the wolves.
Ooh. Alright. It's a bit spooky. Let me check my map, make sure I'm going the right way. Yep, straight on this way. Oh, that isn't nearly as far as I thought it would be. I thought it would be way out in the sticks. Yeah, no, this is doable. Why is there a grave? Why is there an open grave?
Blood and the shape of the hole in the ground left no room for doubt. Someone had been buried here.
Had been buried?
Whose life had been taken with blunt force. Where was the body now? Why had it been buried, only to be dug up later? Carl felt as though he was shrouded in fog.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. 3 spooky, 5 me. 5 me too, Alex Jet. 5 me too. Alright, so the crowbar is a weapon, but it's also a tool you need in certain places, so I'm glad I didn't drop that earlier. Another parts bag with some fire starter, and I'll take that. We might need that to warm up when we get wherever we're getting down here. So yeah, all the weapons appear to also have some function as a tool too. You had to use the hammer to build the paths. You had to use the crowbar to pry open those logs. Alright, there's a little shack here.
That large antenna in the middle of the path, undoubtedly ideal in attempting to communicate with little green men, was quite awkwardly placed.
Yeah, I don't think I can get...
There had to be a lever to control it, maybe behind it. Carl would have to figure out how to reach it.
Alright, no going that way right now, unfortunately, so we're going to have to see if we can take this other path and find a way around it, maybe. Looks like it might lead around it, though, so we might be in luck. Cross your fingers, folks. Let's see what we got back here. Wolves, man. Wolves. Alright, here we go. That wasn't too hard. And of course, naturally, I can't go that way still, so I'll have to go back around. But there's a little shack here, and I might want to be getting warm soon, so let's go ahead and take that way. I can't imagine trying to go down this way without the warm coat. I don't think that would work at all, as a matter of fact. You're probably meant to get that pretty early in the game so that you don't freeze to death when you're doing errands like this.
The electric terminals appeared to be linked together, but for what purpose? So that's where the generator key was hiding. All that was left was to use it.
Alright, so there's some sort of puzzle here that I need to energize the door to pop it open, it looks like. Crap. Alright, let's try meeting opposite. By pointing opposites together, maybe? Except they don't all point to each other. And what's this one? That was a negative, so let's try pointing a positive at it. Maybe? We'll see. Did that do anything? No, it did not. Alright, let's follow this. So it's got a negative out this way and a positive out the other way. Half these things don't even seem to be wired together. If I have to trace these blue wires, all that's going to lead is madness here. Alright, so that might get me my negative. Let's see, what about the positive? Leads up the side and over here.
Carl rejoiced at the unexpected source of heat, but not as much as his freezing hands.
Huh. Alright, then down over here, up around this way, and over here, and up to that one. Alright. Does that get it open? No, it does not. Shoot. Wires are color-coded. Alright, so maybe I mistraced the negative one. Let's try that. See if I can follow that again. So that one's got to lead over this way. This one's the negative, and that's... Ah! So I did mistrace the negative. Now, maybe I have to complete the circuit after that, then. The wire goes over to there, and then we've got a positive leading out the yellow. And that leads to... nothing? Alright, so much for that idea. Oh, so I can get warm right there. That's cute. Let's see. I feel like I've got the negative and the positive taken care of. Let's double check. So this one's the positive right here. Goes up and over, down, around up over here, and over this way, and over to this terminal, which I turned to positive. Sure. That's positive right there. And then the other one says negative, goes around this way, into this big-ass spiral, which comes out over here, over this way, and leads to this terminal, which is negative. That seems like what I want, so what do we do with the other wires? Do we need to do something with the other wires? I don't know. I'm not sure what the other wires connect to here, or if they're significant. All I see is the 2. So I'm not sure. Certainly plenty of other wires lying around. But a lot of them, like you can see, that red one has a break right there, so I don't think that has to do with anything. Interesting. Try reversing them, maybe? I suppose I could try that. Try turning the positive to the negative to the positive. Worth a try, I suppose. Try that. Alright, that leads over to there. Oh, it's sparked, but that... no change. I'm going to turn it back to where they were before, because I feel like that's had me on the right track. I'll at least put that there. Alright, so even if I turn those, that leaves these two not doing anything whatsoever. And is that a thing that I want to be doing? I don't know. That's an excellent question, actually. Well, here, I'm nice and warm, so actually, why don't I step out for a little while and follow that other path while I think about it? Because we do have a little bit more exploring to do around this area anyway. We might as well see where this other path that we didn't finish exploring leads to. I did see a bicycle over here. That's unusual. Strange for a bike to be parked all the way out this way. Where does this lead anyway? Kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Western Atamipic. Atamipic. Maybe. Ooh. Not getting down that way, and I don't see an option to build a bridge, unfortunately. So that's a dead end. Shoot. Alright, so I mentioned that usually I've got the no back seating, but if anyone's got any suggestions for this puzzle, feel free to throw them at me. If you want to nudge, if you've got any ideas, if you're playing as blind as me, or if you've played this before and you got some idea to nudge me in the right direction, I would appreciate it. Feel free to throw it in there. I want to at least finish this puzzle while the stream's going. Alright, get warmed up here, and then I'll keep looking at this thing. Alright, so let's see, the red side of this thing is the other connected wire, and it goes over here to... Aha! So maybe I do need to make a complete circuit. So that's negative on the red. So what if I connect that to positive? You think you gotta complete make a complete loop? Yeah, I'm thinking that now too, Alex. So let's try this. Let's try this. So that makes negative to positive there, which I think is what I want to do. And we've got this green wire. Let's see if we can trace that. It goes up here. Oh, that is really hard to keep track of. And then goes up over here. Alright, the green one's disconnected though, unless I'm making a mistake. Oh, I might be making a mistake. It might drop down here, in which case the green one goes over this way and leads to... Aha, right here. Except we already got that one the way we wanted. I thought we wanted that on negative. The blue one, right? That blue one, yeah, that blue one's supposed to be negative, so I don't want to turn that anymore. Interesting. Shoot. Am I mistracing something? That's always a possibility, I suppose. No, I don't think I'm mistracing this one at all. And that leads to negative. And I assume since it's a negative on the door, I do want to connect a negative right there, right? Unless it wants the opposite again, in which case I'm screwed. Then again, maybe I'm wrong on this one, and this one needs to be the opposite. No, I don't think so. And then the other one's a positive. That leads over this way. I think this one's pretty clear too. Yeah, this wire is a relatively easy trace as well. And that leads right there, like I suspected, the positive. Don't care for positive or negative, just do a complete loop. Just a complete loop, you say? Alright, so we need to make connected wires then, and we know the green over here is what broken. I think the green one's broken. So what other options do we have? We got this red one right here. And that one leads somewhere, right? Right, the red one leads somewhere. So the red one's connected, and the green one... Sorry, was the green one the one with the break? Now I'm confusing myself. Yeah, the green one's broken, so we don't want the green one to be connected. I notice it sparks wherever the red one's pointed there. That's interesting. Alright, this is the only one we haven't been playing with right now, so let's see where this one's cables go. So this green one on the floor right here, that leads across to right here. Alright, so let's see if we can do that. No, not yet. Alright, what are we missing here? We've got blue right there, and then green. And I'm pretty sure this green one is the super long one that leads back over here. So that one's connected as well. Feeling pretty good about that. Let's follow that. Down here. Oh, alright, so that's green on the floor right there. If you find Bob, you'll be able to solve the riddle. If I find Bob, I think I'm in some pretty deep trouble right there, so let's hope that doesn't happen. Alright, then this yellow cable. Ah, the yellow cable gets a little twisty. That's going to be unfortunate. Alright, I think... Oh man, I am getting all twisted here. You can tell it's getting to be that time of night too, because I am getting a little sleepy as well. Keep at this a little bit. Alright, so blue is connected. And then the green over here, which goes all the way around. Frickin' Bob. Yeah, let's not run into Bob if we can avoid it. I'd really rather not do that. That guy is scary as hell. Talking about Twin Peaks, if anyone's curious. Which I am still very excited for the new Twin Peaks series. Should be coming out before too long. I think next month, as a matter of fact. That connects to the yellow one right there. And then the red comes out here, goes under the bridge, comes out this way and points to the red here. And then the blue comes out the other side here. Goes down around here. And into here. Shoot, I think I did make a complete circuit, unless I'm missing something. Agent Cooper, yes. That does seem like I made a complete circuit here. Alright, let's try reversing these. Nope. Alright, how about this one? There we go. So the polarity did matter on some of them, but just the ones that could go either way. Bingo! Snowmobile key.
So big an effort for an oh so tiny piece of metal.
Right. Alright, let's get that damn snowmobile, folks. Thank you for hanging on through me bumbling through that puzzle, and thank you for your help there, Alex. I appreciate that. That took entirely too long, but I'm glad to be through it. And since the snowmobile has some storage on the back, that is actually really cool. I don't know if we're supposed to be using that instead of the truck from now on, but I can see that being a viable option. Snowmobile, right? Heck with the murder mystery, I'm just gonna joyride now. And we got our spooky grave there. Not sure what's going on there. But first things first, snowmobile. Snowmobile, I don't know if it's going to keep us warm like the truck would have. But I imagine it'll be a shade faster and can probably go places the truck wouldn't really appreciate being able to go. Saw Leland in a movie from 2014 or so a few weeks ago. He almost looks the same as in 1990. I know that guy doesn't age. What movie was it, if you don't mind my asking, or do you remember, Ivanovich? Because I've seen that guy, his name is Ray Wise, and he's actually been in just a bazillion movies. He's a character actor. That means he does a lot of minor roles in a lot of movies. Which is cool, being able to see Leland all over the place. I appreciate that. Alright, we're back to the garage. So let's finish this. Let's finish it up. Oh man. We have a snowmobile. That's amazing. And we can deposit and withdraw items into it. That is so cool. Alright, yeah, let's drop off some stuff then. Alright, fire starters don't appear to actually take up any weight. I thought they did. I thought that's what I was reading there. No, it doesn't look like it. Well, I've got some weight on me, so let me grab some logs and throw them back there so I have some logs handy next time I need to start a fire somewhere. Low budget? Oh yeah, he does a lot of low budget movies, but I think it really elevates him. He was in a horror movie I saw a while back, but I don't remember which one it was. Something about a road or a highway? It was pretty enjoyable, but really he was the best part of the film. Alright, so yeah, we'll toss a couple logs in here so we got a couple with us wherever we go, and otherwise I think I'm pretty good on items. I can toss some more things in there if might make some space, but for now I'm just pretty hyped to have a snowmobile. This is amazing. I don't know if there's a carrying capacity to the pack back here either. I'll check when I drop this in here. I don't think so. Unless I'm reading this wrong. Badass. Snowmobile. The power. Alright, so I'm going to park it right here for right now. And we're going to head inside. Get warmed up since we've been out for a little while. And that'll save our game as well. And unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, folks, but it is that time, and I am going to have to wrap up the stream for the night. Normally, since I started a little bit late, I'd be willing to go a little bit late, but I'm meeting up with the family for Easter weekend, and so I'm going to have to get some sleep at some point. So if you're watching right now and you haven't hit follow, now would be the time to do that so you get notified when I go live next, which will be tomorrow at the same time listed in my info. And we're going to be playing Kona again. I'm going to keep playing it until we finish it at this point because I'm really enjoying it. These puzzles have been very fun. Loving the atmosphere. Very much interested in the mystery. All right, good night, Alex, as well. Thank you for stopping by. Good to see you again. And I'm also going to drop some links in chat, as I always do. I'm going to start with my Twitter, which is another place to follow me if you prefer to find out when I go live. And I'll also post when I'm doing nerdy things on there if you're curious about that. You'll also see a link to my YouTube there where I archive all my streams if you ever want to see anything I do a second time, or if you ever want to check out some obscure games and you want to watch them straight through. Take care of yourself, Red Malvo. Thank you for talking to good for talking to you again. I will see you around. I'm going to drop my Discord link as well. If you want to get a hold of me outside the stream, that is the best way to do it. And please feel free to drop me a line sometime. I enjoy hearing from you guys. Discord's sort of a group chat where me and the other viewers chat about a whole bunch of things. It's pretty fun. If you're at all curious, give it a look. Everybody's invited. Last thing, I'm going to drop my support links in chat. If you ever thought about doing a little extra, going a little bit above and beyond to support the stream, those are the best way to do it, particularly that Game Wisp link right there, which is a way to subscribe to small-time streamers as if they were partnered, but they aren't, like me. I'm not big enough to be partnered, but Game Wisp is another way to do that. However, I want to make it clear, don't feel obligated to click any of those links, because one way or another, the stream will continue. So, having said all that, we're going to throw a host to another streamer, and I think we're going to throw it at good friend of the stream, Zero over here, who is doing his regular weekend stream of Darkest Dungeon on Radiant mode, which is a 2D grim-themed roguelike dungeon crawler. I've watched it before. It looks very fun, although maybe a little hard for my taste. Hey, Vonowich, take care of yourself. Good seeing you in the stream, as always. So hey, if you're curious about Darkest Dungeon, feel free to follow me over to Zero's stream, but if not, or if you gotta take off, then I will say as always, have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at in the world, and I'll see you folks around. Take care of yourselves.